and then we'll sort of just keep an eye on the levels as we talk and.
Did you hit it on YouTube too? You have to hit it on YouTube.
Huh?
Or what am I saying? It's live. Nobody listened to me.
Okay. We're good? Yeah, we're good.
I think we're totally good. I just don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, when we're done, we have to hit end stream on YouTube.
Yeah.
As well.
No, I forgot I already turned it on.
I see.
I was sitting there thinking it wasn't on, but it was on, waiting for OBS. So.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm tired, obviously. Wow, I feel like it's been a very long time.
We didn't do our recap.
That's
together,
why.
So our vibes are absolutely gone. So like we talked, like we've been talking just in our personal lives, and we've been talking about sumo,
but not talking sumo.
We're not talking sumo.
This is so strange to me because I think the last time we did that was also July, and it was several years ago, and we each recorded our own.
Yes.
And that didn't materialize this time. All you got was John's dulcet tones. Which,
still shocked I made 3 hours.
I think that's excellent, personally.
How?
I hope that you all will give your opinions on John's recap show, just for our entertainment. Most will be...
What was your take? How did it feel to be a listener rather than a participant?
It was very strange. I felt like I was listening to somebody else's show, even though it's you and it was all exactly the same. Being a participant was just different. Or not being a participant was just different.
Yeah. I get that vibe when I watch the live streams. When I get time to. And like there'll be a part of me be like I almost sort of like just want to like immediately chime in. I'd be like, oh yes, oh no, oh maybe. And I'm just like, you gotta wait in line.
Yeah, right. And then you show up, and then I always forget your name, and I'm like talking as if it's not you. And
yeah, well, I fixed that by making it my
yes,
by making it the Chicago.
I now know. Yes,
no longer weird video game references.
It's like, who's this random guy who knows everything about me? This is weird. Oh, it's John. Okay. So, because we're so kind of out of it, this will be fun trying to... Well, I'm out of it. Well, this will be fun trying to get back in the swing of things.
It should also allow us to get our to get the opinions back up.
Well, that's why I like these live streams, because there's no
format.
Yeah, there's no real expectation or standards.
Hello, Blimby. Hello, H. Tim.
Is that a ghost?
That's a penguin, I think.
Oh, see, I can't even see. It's a ghost penguin.
Ghost penguin. Why not both?
I've just invented it to be a ghost penguin.
All right, so we can... So I feel pretty good about this. Onosato is now top dog by sheer volume of having a winning score.
Oh, man, this is like painful to look at.
Such a weird...
I think this is why I just had to like check out, because my heart's broken.
It does. I did, in a way, the universe picked the correct tournament for you to not be around.
Yeah, can you imagine me in that recap? Would have been such a bummer.
You would have had to fight people left and right.
I'd be like, don't you talk to me. Don't you tell me what I don't want to hear.
Anytime it comes up, you're just ready to go.
I'm kind of glad that Hoshoryu has taken the summer off, and really we've seen very little. Like, there's no interviews. The only thing I saw was on the Tatsunami channel. I started watching the end of the tournament video, and
did they film their little party thing?
They did, and I know Hoshoryu was up there, and I still haven't watched it because I was like afraid of what he might say. So that's how traumatized I am. Because obviously he wasn't going to be feeling that great at the end of the tournament.
No.
And I don't want to remember that. I want some good vibes. So I got to get back and watch that later. But other than that, there's been no Hoshoryu pictures on Facebook or Instagram. I think he's just kind of laying really low.
I don't think he's participating in the Jungyo.
No, he's not participating at all.
Lying low.
And there's no reports and there's no talk. I don't know, it makes me nervous, but at the same time, that's what he needs to do.
That's what he needs to do.
Because now no one will talk about him because they can't find him.
He's off the radar, so they just pick on everyone else.
And that they do. Atamifuji's everywhere on the socials. He's like Sorry, I got distracted by this. Atamifuji's like on baseball fields, and
Atamifuji.
he's the guy now.
He's now. It is interesting because it's every time this happens, like it's a different flavor of the same ice cream. Because like now he's the next Golden Hope. Because again, like Aonishiki, amazing, but Atamifuji's a homegrown boy.
Yeah, they want to put support behind those homegrown boys. There's a whole bunch of messages here from Monster.
Yep.
I'm going to let you read these.
Yeah. Remember when we talked about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and how evolving feels wrong? I realized why. In regular Pokemon, there is no story, so your Pokemon's development is mostly marked by evolution itself. In Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, you go through an actual character arc, but by the end of it, you still haven't evolved, so now evolving feels like turning into someone else.
Well, I mean, that's really the essence of Pikachu in the whole series, isn't it? Because Pikachu's the only one who doesn't evolve because Pikachu is such a unique character himself, even though there's a million Pikachus running around, that if he ever did change into a Raichu, the whole show's over.
There was I'm pulling back into like childhood memories, but I think there was an episode where Ash tries to evolve him.
Yes.
And Pikachu's just like, get out with that.
It's because he was fighting in a tournament where he was super overpowered, and he was being encouraged, like, yeah, Pikachu can't do this. You really need to evolve to a Raichu. And I think he had like one of those stones or something.
Stone.
And Pikachu's like, nah, I'm going to do my own training. Watch this. And then Pikachu beats all the other Pokemon as a Pikachu and shows everybody, like, I'm the most powered up Pikachu ever.
That's a very good analogy for the Mystery Dungeon because you do have a connection. Mm-hmm. And now you later Pokemon entries, there is more of a connection with the Pokemon, but primarily your focus on the Pokemon is the combat, it's the stats.
Right. You're not looking at them as individual creatures. The exception is, okay, so, yeah, we're going way off on tangent right away. It's excellent. When Charmander evolves first into Charmeleon, that was short-lived, and then Charizard, that was the one set of characters where it was like, this was a good, like, we needed to see Charmander as Charizard, but at the same time, like, what different creatures they were, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. There's I mean, you could do a whole bunch of things. If you're playing Pokemon a lot, then you can definitely have I'm not evolving you. I think you're cool the way you are. But then when you're in the combat, you are sort of at a slight disadvantage.
Right.
Now there's some tricks you can do if you leave them not evolved, then they learn moves faster and this, that, and the other thing. But then there's that. It's
a thing.
It's a thing. But in Mystery Dungeon, it like you do, like you're running around as
because you're doing the story arcs.
Yeah, in the story arc also, in Mystery Dungeon, at least the one that I played, like they prevented you from evolving until you go through the story.
Man, that's kind of like messing with you.
Well, it's
like getting you attached.
This is Monster's point.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, I totally see the point here.
I'll get it. Also, hello, people. Hello, WJ. Hello, Sonic Abul. Hello, Michael Brantley.
So, yeah, Techno Shark versus Ghost Penguin. We definitely need a Ghost Penguin on the shirts.
We'll get it added to the list.
Yep. I know it's been forever. I haven't gotten the shirts, but I'm getting the shirts. I promise. I was waiting for this moment to get Ghost Penguin. Charizard, personality-wise, was such a crazy 180 from when he was Charmander, Charmeleon. He was, and that was such a tough arc because here's Charizard could like destroy everyone and he just wants nothing to do with Ash. It was so confusing as a child. I'm like, do I root for Charizard or not? Yeah, you literally can't evolve until you've done most of the important post-game stuff.
Yeah, the one that I played also, like, you beat the game and then the end credits, and then they sort of like, they like open the door, like the door of the gamers, and they're like, here's where we keep all of the horrible things. Would you like to go inside?
Ouchie.
And I mean that's where you get like the very big dungeons and all the difficult enemies. Sort of like,
for some reason, it's reminding me of the VHS tape in Yu Yu Hakusho that shows all of humanity's greatest horrors.
We just reached that arc.
Did you?
Yeah, we got to the black. We got to the black tape.
Oh man, the black tape. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but when you were like, open the door, and
oh yeah.
it was the same kind of feeling.
Yeah, we're
what
on
a
that.
dark arc that whole thing is. I can't even rewatch it. It's too real.
Well, it's not as good.
It's not as good because in the Dark Tournament there was so much hope. Chapter Black just sucks your soul out and spits it back in your face. I mean, I guess it's really good storytelling, but man, it doesn't have replay value for me. In Explorers, you get to evolve much sooner in the post game, but still nobody does it.
It's not. Yeah, it's also not worth it because a lot of the power is tied to like abilities.
Mm-hmm.
You do have stats, but like the leveling up on your stats is not nearly as drastic as it is in the main games.
So there's no point.
So well, it's a
little point.
It's a bit more of an extreme min-maxing, and in exchange, like you're giving away sentimental value.
Right. Why you want to rush into it?
It's like it's like pawning your grandfather's watch. It's just you're just
man.
It feels that way.
I believe it. I haven't actually played it, but I could believe it.
You're just like, you could have $200, and then
you could have this sentimental watch. This is leading me to ask the question. So who does Hoshoryu evolve into? Like, who does he need to evolve into so we can get out of this mess that we're in? Is he Pikachu? I don't know. Is he Pikachu or is he Charmander?
So I was sort of thinking about how I'd done the thought exercise about if Hoshoryu had stayed as Ozeki, everybody would think he's. My opinion is if he wasn't Yokozuna, everybody looking at him and being like, he's doing a good job. Look at him, he's kicking ass.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that there is just such a exponentially massive expectation once you get that white rope. And so I kept running with that ability, and I'm like, okay, at what point does Hoshoryu then hit the Yokozuna run again?
And not only that, at what point do they, like, let's think back to Takekeisho, where at some point are they going to say he's not good enough because he can't make it to Yokozuna, and then only in hindsight do they talk about how great of an Ozeki he was? That's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, because I was another thought of this is, and it's sort of a useless question, but it's just like, what do you do to get the haters to actually shut up? And I was just like, back-to-back U shows. You win a U show, and then they give some ground, but he's just like, oh, it took you this long. Oh, they'll make up some excuse.
Well, eventually, or some people were out, so
yeah, It was like, oh, where was inter person wasn't doing that well, so of course he won or something like that.
Or he should win.
But if he wins 2 in a row,
it will quiet them down, but they will be waiting.
You will never get rid of them. Like the thing is, like, this is the pointless part of this thought exercise is that he's always going to have these haters, or these people who've just decided.
Yeah, there were like certain factors that made people decide, like that made their decision for them right away.
Yeah,
and nothing after that. Like you could say he found a cure for cancer, and they'd be like,
yeah,
somebody else did it better. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Hoshoryu found 10 cures to cancer. Like,
exactly.
Thanks. That's not what we're talking about.
So, like, there's no way that they'll never not. But yes, there would be something that at least
that was so. And then that's sort of when I went back and I'm just like, at that point, then you can say, okay, he like even if he wasn't Yokozuna then, he's Yokozuna now.
Exactly.
And then the haters are still going to be out, and then they're like, oh, Onosato's got more.
Right, that's the next thing.
This is I'm doing a dismissive hand gesture right now because like at that point then you're just talking to the haters, and there's
it's a pointless exercise, like you said.
People are entitled to their opinions. We have ours. It's the name of the show.
Right, so, and you don't have to like everybody.
Yeah, and there's he kind of does need that one you show Yokozuna. Like there is.
It's more of the question of what can you do for us so that we can like combat all the negativity? Can you give us something to work with?
If he get the Yokozuna Yusho would be like, okay, thank God. Now we can strike that off the list, and they can't bring it up anymore.
Right. That one thing is checked off the list.
But if he does the back-to-back Yushos, if one of them's a 13-2, because the 12-3 thing is
the 12-3 thing.
It is a significant difference in half. The 13 and 2 and the 12 and 3, you put them together, like there is a difference. It does matter.
Yes.
A cup is a cup, but it all gets in there. So like you get a Yusho as Hoshoryu, and if he's hoisting, we're like, okay, that's gone. You can't bring that up again.
Yep. You
do a back-to-back as Hoshoryu, that means he's made it. He's like reproved himself, and then from there, it's like, well, what are you gonna say? You don't like him,
right? So you just don't like him.
You just don't like him. That's fine.
I hope he's like taking long walks in the forest and meditating under waterfalls and fighting bears right now, just to like get himself mentally where he needs to be. Yeah, because I imagine it's probably pretty tricky.
Sort of not being around and licking the wounds, I think, is he's doing what he needs to do right now. He has to regroup.
Yes, it is a regrouping time. I'm going to be looking for some comments in case people want to play Hate or Great. We're supposed to do Hakaku edition, I believe, but now I forget all the videos that I originally was going to work off of. So now I have to look for them again.
Doesn't help he's been dealing with crazy injuries so consistently, primarily the hip, knee, and thigh. Hoshoryu 15-0 might shut them up for a while. At his best, he can beat them all.
It would be nice, like, if he just takes the right amount of time off to actually heal. Then we'll see him at his best. I think that's what we're really looking for, is to see him at his best. I wonder if we ever will get that again.
Kind of Hosh is down with the weakest Ys ever statistically. Onosato's dominant times ended only a few Basho after promotion, and since then it's been a clown show. He got there is a certain amount of he needed to face the music. He faced the music. He got out there, he did it. He it did, like you're like seeing him fight the Balrog in front of everything.
Right.
And it's still 9-6, and he still did not look good.
Right. I don't even know what to think anymore.
But there is a sort of a. It is that there's that time in the shonen animes where a guy goes to face off, and his friend goes to fight, and then the other guy like puts the hand out. He's just like, "No, you can't help him right now."
Yeah.
And that was the feeling. Because there was a couple of moments I'm just like, you got to pull out, dude. You can't do this.
I know, and that's, what's funny is we'll probably get into it with the Hater Great game, because I got some stuff here. I got some stuff for us to analyze. But it was like people ignored the fact that he was injured this time. Like he's magically 100%. So him losing is all just he sucks. And not, he's still not healed enough. It was very strange. Speaking of which, people are starting to switch up crazy on Onosato too. I predicted that a long time ago. I was like, wait until Onosato gets hurt. People are going to turn. It's very predictable. Really, I think most fans are running defense squad for them, but they have been weak Yokozuna no matter how I look at it. Yeah, reality is reality, unfortunately. So the situation we're at with our Yokozuna is that they are probably statistically the weakest Yokozuna we've seen in a long time. The question is, what do you do with that? Some people will choose to say they suck, get out of here, and some people are going to defend. And I think the defense comes from hoping for better. It doesn't come from a place of they're fine, everything's fine. It comes from a place of, but I really like this guy, so I'm going to keep rooting for him. Which used to be, maybe I'm like doing that old person thing, But I seem to recall in the 90s and the 2000s, there was a lot more of people rooting for people to have success instead of enjoying their failure. Now there's a lot more enjoying the failure.
It's a toxic mindset.
It is. I think the reality is, yes, Hoshoryu is not living up to standards, but we could choose to root for him to get where he needs to get. If Atami Aonishiki achieve Yokozuna soon, do you think the council will start officially requesting resignation from Hosh? I don't think so. I really don't think they want to do it. He's awfully young, and they did decide to promote him, so it makes them look bad as well. It's not the same as the Onosato thing. Hoshoryu, they took a chance on him. So I think they are going to push this as far as they can. And I think that Hoshoryu, it's going to be just like a Kisenosato thing. If Hoshoryu hits a point that he just can't, he feels like he is not going to recover, he's just going to do the retiring. I don't think they'll ever force the resignation. It'll be a conversation behind the scenes where it's like, he just can't do it. I think they will push and push and push, and then he will be the one to make the official choice. I don't think they'll push him out.
I think the Deliberation Council mentioned that they considered making a recommendation, but didn't this time.
Yeah.
That tells me that in September, if something happens, then they'll... What are the three? Encouragement, suggest, and then retire, right?
Yeah. I think they'll do a lot more. Here's the thing. At this point, Hoshoryu, if he's not feeling as close as he can be, he probably will just sit out. Like now he's in the stage where he's going to sit out instead of trying to fight through it because it didn't work to fight through it. It'll be if he's out long enough, then we'll get new encouragements. But if he stays out, they'll probably just leave him alone. Both the Yokozunas need to look over their shoulders. Consistent Kirishima and Technician Aonishiki are coming. Here's the problem, guys. Aonishiki's hurt too. And we're in a situation now where he's not allowed to heal. So if he doesn't heal, he's going to be just like Hoshoryu and Onosato. What makes him any different if he has to fight with an injury? Maybe he can tough it out longer because he's younger. He's going to find himself in the same situation because they've got a crappy setup going on. Onosato was still so early in his career, though, and he was fighting with one arm for a good minute. I feel bad for Hosh. He gets too much flack. He's a great Rikishi. That's the camp I'm in. Oh, don't worry. We're going to do some hater great comments now on the whole Hoshoryu thing. This one is not Hakaku or Hoshoryu, but I just think it's funny. So this is under the topic of after the Yokozuna Council did make their statements. I'm so mad at my car. It has 3 flat tires, but I still can't drive to work and back without this loud screeching noise. I love it. Oh, here we go. We've thrown our favorite phones under a cement roller and now they're not working. What could have gone wrong? I want to see if I can find some more like this. Oh man, I need another one like that. Those are probably going to be the only ones. Could you imagine if Hakuho was in the council right now? I don't know what he would do. He'd either be like, yeah, you guys really do suck to the Yokozuna.
Oh, in the Deliberation Council?
Yeah, could you imagine if he's actually part of the Sumo Association right now?
Well, so the Sumo Association are all the elders and stuff like that. Technically, the Deliberation Council is this weird other old group of old people.
Right, some of them are not even Sumo people. They're like media.
Media commentators. But they are all old as dirt. Like you gotta be like,
he couldn't
50,
get on there.
60. So there is a world Hakuho joins the Yokozuna Deliberation Council.
When all those other guys are long gone.
Yeah, so like when Kiseno Sato and Takakeisho are running the show because everybody else, all the older people retired out.
Yeah.
Then Hakuho's
never say
watch
never.
This space in 30 years.
Oh man, if we're still doing this in 30 years.
30 years.
Oh wait, here's one. Here's another comment. Your car has a job to do. It's more important that your car is seen in the position of a working car rather than actually be working. Drive it. It's just a car. Who cares? As long as the car lets you say you have a car, I'd say that's more important than actually having a ride or vehicle of confidence.
Oof.
Your car is... This is funny to me. Your car is clearly lacking in indomitable fighting spirit. Give it a stern reminder that it has to fulfill its duties. Your car lacks dignity and honor. Maybe you shouldn't have tasked your car to drive 100 miles when you know its air is leaking out of your tires. Love it.
A lot of car analogies.
Yeah.
They're funny.
They are funny.
They're funny.
Well, you know, what do they say when you have a broken foot or a messed up leg? That your wheels are all messed up.
Yep, that's true.
All right, let's see. Aonishiki Yusho shouldn't count for a rope run, and he's not out of the Junior, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's Kyujo next Basho. You got to keep an eye on it. Like, people are so quick to say, oh, the Hoshoryu Onosato thing is just them. It's like, no, it's a pretty brutal sport. Who's the next guy who's going to get injured that nobody protects? I'd like to see Kirishima be consistent a little longer first. Well, obviously they want him in, so you know, they're giving him a chance again in September. Let's see how it goes. Aonishiki just won the cup. He looked great injured, sure, but I don't see him pulling out. The good thing is it's an ankle, not to like minimize an ankle, but you can fight through ankle pain, although it will never heal if not given the chance. I've owned that car myself a few times. I know I have owned every bad car ever. I still remember the car that I had where the rear view mirror kept popping off no matter how many times I super glued it. One time I was driving, it fell under my brake while I was driving. Ooh. So it falls. I don't know it's under my brake. I go to stop. It crunches and I can't stop my car. And it was wintertime in the snow. That's when I realized it's time to let that car go.
Gotta let it, put it out the pasture.
We actually called it the gummy ship because it was teal and it had an orange bumper sticker on it.
Oh.
So it was like the gummy ship.
Kingdom Hearts.
I love Kingdom Hearts. Can't help it.
Kingdom Hearts 4 officially announced.
I saw that.
I think they said air quotes late 2027. So look forward to it in 2028.
Right, exactly. No way it's coming out.
Like they put a date.
And once they put a date, it means it's like pretty close.
It's like at that point, then they're sort of just like, well, we're committed.
Yeah, unless it's one of those.
They
usually just say coming soon.
Yeah,
when there's not a date.
Also late 2027 is
like books. It's not that much different from books or movies. Let's see. Cars are dishonorable as Rikishi aren't allowed to drive. Fair point. Another 2 or 3 tourneys of 12 plus wins and Kirishima is knocking on the door. Best counterattack in town. Once again, he's a guy who just needs to stay healthy, I think. I've been hearing so much conflicting on the Aonishiki injury. Is it a toe or ankle or both? It's probably both. All right, I'm now here, so the party may now begin. Oh, we can't talk about anime anymore. Mitch is here. Yeah. Mitch doesn't like anime, so
we got it out of our system.
We better get back to this Banzuke. Because Mitch gets pretty angry. I don't want to get on his bad side again. Switch to motorcycles and all will be just fine. Yeah, we'll all be safe with a flat tire on a motorcycle. I'd like to see Kirishima clinch the next Yusho and get the rope. That would be nice. It's good that we have a do-over for that.
They're threatening. I think because they're saying that this 12-3 was because he was in the playoff.
Yusho equivalent.
I really
placeholder.
Placeholder for it.
They're still going to look for that 13-2.
They're going to want 13-2. They're going to want to be undisputed.
They might just keep placeholdering him if he can keep doing 12-3s, though.
Theoretically.
So at least he knows his bare minimum if he wants to get this thing alive. He's really been on it this year. R.A.P. Kyrie's original English VA. I know. It's so sad.
So rough.
I just started, re-getting into Kingdom Hearts 1, and then that happened, and I've actually been kind of sad for days now.
Yeah. My initial thought was, it's like, oh, wow, she must have been a lot older than she sounded. It's like, no, she was younger than us.
I know.
I got scared.
Right? Don't you start to feel after a while man, every day is a blessing because people way younger than us keep passing away.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, no.
I know. I really, that one really hurt me because I loved the show Heroes, too. And she was the cheerleader in Heroes, so... Yeah, I've been sad. I'm very sad about that. It really sucks. 12 wins can get you the Yusho often these days, but it's not a real one. Remember that. Are people really thinking Aonishiki's going to pull out? That seems quite presumptuous at this point. I don't know that people really think that. I think we're just kind of mulling over the fact that he's injured and he's not doing a lot on the tour, I don't think.
He is on the tour.
Yes.
So
he's just being smart.
Well, first off, I think because he won the Yusho, I think he's like, a lot of people are going to want to meet and greet. So even if I only have one leg and I have to limp everywhere, I'm just going to, sign autographs and kiss babies. And
that's all I need. I mean, he is literally an international symbol. They are writing articles about him like Sumo was just invented yesterday. It's like Sumo's been around a long time, but nobody cared until Aonishiki became this big force. So he kind of has to show up to everything.
He does, and so I could understand the idea of him pulling out,
but it's probably not likely.
I think if his ankle was that bad, he wouldn't be on the tour.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it's bad. I'm pretty sure if I had his ankle, I would be on a cast on the couch and crying.
The good thing for him is he's 21, so you can really do a lot with a young body that you just can you imagine it now?
No.
You can't do your regular life with a busted ankle now.
No, I had a swollen ankle during COVID. Almost like my life is over.
I know. I've been out of karate for a month and a half, and turns out it wasn't my hip, it was my SI joint. And I finally started doing a full workout today, and I'm like, oh, I feel like I have never done karate before in my life.
Oh no, the full
I am
reset.
so out of shape for missing a month. I can't imagine, this is why these guys have to compete. You lose so much after years and years and years. You lose so much in just a month. It's ridiculous. But I'm also old and they're not. So anyway. Mitch claims it's not that he doesn't like anime. I simply don't have the time. I'm not as well versed as the rest of you.
To be fair, anime is one of those things that it can be hard to get into, particularly if you watch the wrong ones.
Oh yeah, there's so many of the wrong ones. I used to be that person who would be like, let me give you a quiz before I tell you which one to watch. Because it's a huge time commitment. And if you don't have time, you're forget all of it. I'm not giving this a try. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I've been losing my voice for a week. Atamifuji is going to replace Kotozakura as the big guy, improving nicely. Great interviews, too. Atamifuji's got everything Sumo wants, so he just needs to stay healthy. He was supposed to be this guy, 4 years ago?
We have been waiting. We have been waiting.
And you can see the excitement. As soon as he started showing up, they're like, we will give you the keys to Japan. He's got a huge smile. He's got a good personality. His sister's in sumo.
She's an amateur?
She's an amateur.
Interesting.
Yes. And she looks like she's badass, man. She just looks like come on, brother, let's go. Why are you slacking off? I think she really motivates him. So he's the total package if he can stay healthy and do his thing.
He gets 12 wins in September. He's Ozeki.
So once again, we have a new run, right?
Yeah. Because, well, I think 11, it would be a bit of a stretch, but another 12 and 3, he's in.
Man, these 12 and 3s,
He's in?
they're everything. In the articles, there was some stuff about him needing to be out of the stable for a bit for the sake of his headspace. Hey, I get that. Can you imagine living in such... Like, American houses are huge compared to Japanese houses. And these guys are huge. Living in these small spaces together, you gotta get out. Try not to age yourselves too much.
Look really good the last couple tournaments. I'd love to see him push Ozeki in the next Basho, too.
Well, it looks like whatever he's finally settled on, whether it be mental or, he could be on some regimens that are helping his physical health.
There's an alarm. Hope everything's okay.
An alarm, what?
Yeah. H. Tim's got to be on back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I see him as being smart and just taking it easy. He's 21. He might be, well, he's made of elastic. You bounce.
No, I think he's being smart. He strikes me as the very calculated, plays the percentages kind of guy.
Love Atami. Whatever happens, please, please, please no Atami Ozeki promotion. We already have one big oaf Ozeki. We don't need another.
Hey, as long as we know the Kotozakura's issues are that he's hurt, so we just need some guys to stay healthy. That's all we actually need. We need the sports medicine on top notch. We need coaches that know how to train these guys not to get injured. That really needs to be the focus. And we can have sumo again if people stay healthy. I am late, but I am here. Sorry, had some unforeseen issues pop up. I hope it's not alarms like H. Tim's situation. My issue is that I'll binge something like 10 to 15 episodes and then forget about it and not get back to it. Well, then you got to watch the animes that are only 13 episodes. That's the key. I can't recommend too many because I haven't seen a ton, but watch Record of the Lotus War, the very first one. I feel like you would like it. It's only 13 episodes. Everything happens quick. It's amazing. Music is good too. A lot of anime are made for more niche audiences than what you'd see on American TV. It's a good thing, really, but it makes getting people into it a little more difficult.
There's also a cultural gap.
Of course.
There's a lot of context you need to download.
Right. And that's why I say Record of the Lotus War. It's so safe. It's got all of the things that you like about Dungeons and Dragons, with a little bit of a twist. So that's my recommendation. Atami Ozeki looks more and more likely. I think there's a really good chance.
September is going to be when we see, because that's going to be the real pressure on him, because he's going to know it's...
Yes. We've always wondered, how will Atamifuji do with real pressure? And he wasn't living up to it for so long, but this looks like a new version of him. So, maybe the whole thing has changed and he's going to be a different person. You hear those stories sometimes.
Yeah. September will be sort of a gut check.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes back to 9 and 6s, I wouldn't be worried. It just means that he needs to adapt to the Ozeki pressure.
Right.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he does a 10 and 5. And gets close to it.
I know. That's the question. If he can just get a placeholder, then he can try again.
Because if he gets 10 wins in September, then he's carrying over his usual equivalency into November.
Right.
And with 10 wins, you only need 11 to get to Ozeki. So September is sort of a not a win-win, but if he doesn't get it in September, he's still in the contention.
Right. He just needs to do well enough.
Oh, no, so quick question. Can Fujiryoga make Sanyaku in the next 2 home bashos? Yes, he can. For the time being, he's over here at M4. The big question is what's going to happen when Fujiryoga is...
fighting the top guys.
Fighting Onishiki.
Right, but he has a little bit easier climb if Onosato still messed up, which I expect. We don't know if Hoshoryu is even showing up.
Yeah. He still has Kirishima, he still has Daisho, he still has Atamifuji.
Yeah, he's got some challenges, but not as bad as, say, a year ago.
Well, it's a difference between a 6 and 9 and a 9 and 6
True. It is a game of inches.
at that point. Yes, Fujiro can make a Sanyaku with one more good basho. I think that would
It'd have to be very good.
a bit of a tall order, but not outside of his possibilities because Fujiroka has been looking really good. When I do start binging stuff, it tends to be something completely random. Recently, my random ass binging show is the old Japanese Iron Chef from the 90s.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's a good thing to binge.
Let's watch Sumo anime. Cute and short. Not great, but it's cute and it's anime. H. Tim's back. Welcome back.
Oh, Battery, good. I think the sumo anime was Hinamaru Sumo. I watched most of it, and then it wasn't grabbing me like I wanted it to. It wasn't sumo enough for me. Like, sumo is so good, and I know it so well, that the anime wasn't living up to my expectations.
I get that.
That's tough, man. I didn't expect that, but I don't know. I should give it another shot. I really should, because it was decent. I've been getting into Fire Emblem. It's been so long since I enjoyed a fantasy book, show, or game. I don't know what Fire Emblem is, actually. Do you?
It is it's a tactics RPG. It's a longer running franchise, mostly on Nintendo systems.
Okay.
You have a whole bunch of units and you're moving them around the field.
Okay.
And then there's sort of story with anime drawn characters about. I mean, it's tactics and fighting. It's one of the big tactical tentpole games.
Okay. Got it. Believe it or not, I'm not a huge RPG fan. Because I'm not good with the mechanics.
Yeah,
I like watching somebody else play it. I don't like doing the battles at all. Except for Kingdom Hearts, because it's not quite the same.
Not quite the same. It's a JRPG story on Fire Emblem typically, and so more recent entries have started to sort of like overlap with like more anime in terms of like the scope of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But the gameplay is you have a grid, and you have your dudes, and then your enemy dudes, and you bring your dudes over, and they beat each other up.
Yeah, I'd have to watch somebody else play instead of me doing it.
Some of our mutual friends would know more about it, so we can
have a chat about it.
Have a chat about it. Get you petitioned.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the Atamifuji. Or no, not the Atamifuji. The Fujiroga. All the Fujis. So much Fuji.
So many Fujis. How are we going to keep track of all these guys?
Fuji realistic. Can't wait for Asahi Fuji to smash into Mikuchi like a wrecking ball. He is the latest hype. Kazuma is now old busted.
News. Yep.
Old news. Though
didn't take long.
It is interesting because there is a lot of like different hype. Like
different types of fighters.
Different, like also like the rumors that like he's beating up like Asahi Fuji. He's in the Segahama, and they're talking about who he's beating salary level Segahama boys.
And that's
top division of Segahama boys in training. I'm doing in training with finger quotes, but it still matters.
It does.
And there is more rumor gossip. So take this what it is, but apparently like in the tour and when they're doing like cross stable training, like he's beating other top division people.
Okay.
But it's a little bit hush because they don't want to talk about it too much.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll get a little extra hype this time.
Let's see what the top division does to him.
Right.
Hinamaru Suru is the name of it. They're saying which Fire Emblem game. Hinamaru Sumo has a Fujinokawa vibe. Would you say?
Yeah, I guess I could see why. I mean, it has the guy's too small, but he's going to get his way into it through winning certain tournaments. It's kind of like the whole thing about how if you win, I don't know if it's in college, they'll jump you all the way up. You get to jump,
you get to go to Makuchi. Or,
right. So
Mokushita.
They were doing something like that in it, but it was like in the middle school, high school realm.
Okay.
So like he's technically not big enough, but if he wins this certain amount, I never finished it, so maybe I need to finish it before I can agree whether it has a Fujinokawa vibe, but I could see the bones of why you would say that. Yeah. Kotoeho is improving too, like Fuji.
Kotoeho. Oh, very excited.
Kotoeho he surprises me.
Look.
He's a lot better than I ever thought.
He has outranked his brother.
Oh boy.
It happened. It happened.
Have you placed anybody anywhere they're supposed to go yet?
This is my first draft.
Okay, because I think they're starting to say stuff. It's like, guys, we haven't moved anybody yet.
Yeah, sorry, the comments sort of got away from us too. So
the comments are kind of fun, guys. Come
on. Waiting for another inevitable Atamifuji versus Tenchoyama match this upcoming Basho. Atamifuji is a dew sweeper for Aonishiki.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Kodazakura is an injured. He's permanently damaged. He's 14-1 Yusho in November. He only had one of the double-digit wins.
It's almost like there's so many injured guys that we're going to have to, like, we look to the new hype because they're not injured. It's almost like becoming like horse racing or something. It's not good. These are human beings.
Yeah. We are humans. This is a human sport.
Yes.
They're playing Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. There's a lot of Fire Emblem games, by the way.
And
then they're playing Birthright. My Wakataka Kage placement is too low. That
you should probably just move him because we know.
Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, that was Motoharu there. I mean, are they going to knock him all the way out? No, because he was Sekiwake too.
Let's see what I want to do with this.
I mean, are they can't put him in Jurio yet, can they? I mean, we know he's not coming back, unfortunately.
No, that doesn't. Ugh, now I've broken it. Hang on.
Look at you guys.
Read the chat.
Yeah, I'll read the chat while you're
Maybe
trying to
somebody
fix
tells me how to fix this mess. I just made myself.
All right, I'll read while you try to fix the mess. It's chess with anime characters as the chess pieces. I do enjoy chess on its own. Tell me if you play Three Houses or I can't see.
X Heroes. They're both.
Oh boy, we've lost everything, John.
Nope, we're fine.
I feel like the Kodo Bros are like the Williams sisters in tennis. Venus the Elder was dominating originally, then Serena came right back. I should turn that off. My bad. Serena came right back behind her and then took over the spotlight. That's actually a really good analogy because Serena became the name. And it's like people almost forgot about Venus until she like was playing her sister. Fire Emblem is like Final Fantasy. There's all these games that might look similar on the surface, but they're different enough that you can find ourselves only being super into a few of them. I've never played Final Fantasy. I've watched people play it, and I actually I think it's Final Fantasy X was the one I enjoyed. Dude echoes his peak. Hakuho had an eye for talent, and all those guys ended up already stacked stable. The Fuji era isn't ending anytime soon. Except for the man who shall not be named. That was a bad choice. Atamifuji had a 4-1 record versus Ura last exhibition. What is Atamifuji's main style? Because I gotta be honest. What are we doing here?
Looking up his
stable. Okay. I honestly can't remember, which is terrible. It's that goldfish memory thing.
Oh!
Look at that face. Well, this is why he's beating everybody.
This is why he's beating people up, man.
He already looks like Terunofuji when he's pissed off.
Yuri Kiri.
Okay.
So, just smothering people.
Right. Is he like a belt walk you out? Is he
Yuri Kiri would be grapple.
Yeah,
it could be a body grapple, but
right. Typically it's the belt.
Yeah.
But he's a belt guy moving forward, basically.
A statistically large amount of Awate Dashinage.
Which is kind of cool.
Okay. Dynamic.
I like etc.
Yeah, the etc. is always a chunk.
I mean, he's got it's not a super balanced.
It looks like he moves forward and then the opponent has no ability to stop this.
Stop it, yeah, which is very very akin to what Terunofuji likes to teach on. 6 Isegahama boys in top division. 7 if Arashi Fuji gets promoted after next Basho. Fuji Ryoga can make Sanyaku with one Gubasho if someone else gets out of the way. That is another factor. Koto Eho is in the Sanyaku for Kyushu. I'm not even including him. I think Koto Shoho could well end up above his brother, still at the top Meg spot.
Hang on. There.
Wow, there's a lot of chat.
A lot of chat, guys. Thanks for your participation.
It's very good for you to participate because otherwise it's just me and John rambling on and on like we do on the other shows. Did a Banzuke draft and everything looked fine. Then I forgot about Wakataka Kage. That's going to be the challenge.
I did a patch job on it, but I'm not happy.
I mean, how do you really decide how far he goes? He was in Sanyaku, so that makes it tricky. If he was in one of the Maegashira spots, it'd be easier.
There's always an intangible bump. Because you never math all the way down on those.
Well, the question too is, do they make certain decisions when they know the guy's not coming back?
There's that too. They could still went up of his bro, still at the top make spot. Banzuke draft. Lovely True Sumo, hello my boy. I'll have to watch back tomorrow. So for now, Fujinokawa, let's go. He's in and he made it. I can see that monster. I think the promoted M7 should end up at M1, but I could see them at M2 if they're extra nice that they're dropping Sanyaku Rikishi. Started watching with his debut 1 year later, Sanyaku. Yeah, he's Fujinokawa, so good. I think Koto Shoho is going to come back with a vengeance. He does not want his little bro ranked higher than him.
I hope we get a consistent brother rivalry because that'll just make them both better. It'll make them
both strong. No wins from Sekiwake seems to land guys at about 10. Right now I've got him at 11.
Good to have some sort of...
All right. Hakuho had an eye for talent, but there's a very big blind spot.
Yes.
Asahi is a grappler who does a surprising amount of henkas. Interesting. Seen Asahi do both Oshi and Yotu stuff. All their Watadashi Nages are henkas.
Oh.
So they're not cool. They're not cool.
10% are henkas?
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
He shall not be named as the undisputed master of lean. The masters against Snorlax would have been legendary.
I do wish we could have had some of those matches.
Asahi a sidestepper.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this.
I was wrong a bit, but here are the results. Asahi Fuji's results versus Makuchi are 5-0 versus Ura, 2-1 versus Fujinokawa, 1-0 versus Hakuno Fuji, Noshino Fuji, and then 0-1 versus Onokatsu, Gonoyama, and Kazuma.
See, I think I know why I wasn't paying attention as much. If a guy hankas too much, I start checking out. What is there to analyze?
Something to keep in mind. Forward thinking. Somebody's going to need to take the mantle from Chiyoshima.
True. We are getting towards the end there.
Stick your thumb up for the stream, guys. Thank you. Yes, comment,
please
subscribe.
do. I want to see some hearts spammed. Come on, guys.
Latest exhibition, all of them like a week ago. My 2 cents is that I would not be so gung-ho on freezing the M12s. Interesting. Bob, you know that you're going to do it the starting villagers yet. They're talking about Fire Emblem. Not impressed by Asahi Baloney.
Oh boy.
I love all these Ozeki Yokozuna runs going on, but seeing Takayasu finally win be so magical.
I know.
Always. That is going to, that will be the event of the year.
I'm waiting for that moment where we get the thing that feels like it's never going to happen. Even though we want it so bad. When are we going to get something magical? Something that isn't predicted. While you're working on that, I'm going to read some more comments. I'm going to find a good one. Let's see.
I think we've caught up. Thank you, everybody, for your patience.
I need a really good comment that...
All right, I'm gonna start looking at this.
I think most people are starting to transition over to defending Hoshoryu and Onosato because once it's too negative, that's how people are. It sort of balances the scales. So I'm not seeing the kind of comments I'm looking for.
Oh. Yeah, I think I played a Game Boy Fire Emblem. There is a new Fire Emblem coming out for the Switch DOS.
Oh.
So it's sort of...
You still don't have a Switch DOS, do you?
We did get one. We did get
one.
Oh.
How is it?
It's fancy.
What
ended up happening is that our mutual friend, the Star Fox remake came out.
Okay, yep.
And he played Star Fox on the N64 as a wee lad. And so he heard that it was one of those things that like
You needed the thing.
he thought it wasn't a big deal. So like when you were announcing it and there was all the news about it, we were sort of just like, oh yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, I guess it's interesting. There's all the discussions about some of the character redesigns, and they added some stuff. And then the game comes out and he's just like, I kind of really want to play it. Do you want to switch too? And I'm like, whoa.
You're like, all right.
Yeah. So we put it on one.
Nice.
Yeah. So we do have one. So now we're paying attention. There's
Now you'll pay attention when games come out.
Right, I'll pay attention more. Yeah. So the Fire Emblem one, he may be interested in that. I played Pokemon Pokopia, which is the Pokemon Minecraft game.
I have heard of that. I mean, what are the visuals like on that? Is it like Minecraft visuals?
It's a mix. So there's some stuff that's like pre-made, and that sort of has like a more of a regular look, but then there's a lot of stuff that's like the Minecraft block thing. Now there's stuff like Roblox, like it's not all just Minecraft now, but like there's that big blocky kind of look.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that look.
And not like the thing is that like that it's all of the ground. So like if you go over to Pikachu is a Pikachu.
Yeah.
And then the thing is that Pikachu's standing on a big foam cube on the ground, and then you can pick it up and put it in your pocket.
Okay. So at least the Pokemon don't look like Minecraft characters.
No. All the Pokemon look like Pokemon, and again there are some structures and there are some things that look fancier.
Mm-hmm. So it's got its own thing going.
It's got its own thing going.
Influence. So I did see a comment from Mitch here that I'll get to in a second because it's going to go with the comment I found. But we'll go through this first. People want to start checking out your...
Okay. Yeah, let's see. The Echoes details. Reopening 17 East means that holding a guy with 7A is effectively a half-spot promotion. Oh, that's a good point. I'm going to keep my 2 cents on the state of the Yokozuna to myself. I could go on a decent rant, but I will sheathe my thoughts until I can properly articulate my opinions. So yeah, here's the Banzuke. I feel like there may be some discussion on the Sanyaku. Arcana of Time remake is a hot topic because we're not sure how they're going to change it. There are some things that they can do to like modernize it that may like kill the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
But if they sort of more faithfully recreate it and keep that heart, it'd be good. I'm sure that Asahifuji Henka'd, I think, Namatame in the playoff this last Basho. It's not okay for sure. But Terunofuji has said in the book something in the spirit of win is a win. We need a proper Maria rant on the Yokozuna.
All right, I'm going to read this comment and see if I can open up the floodgates. I'm going to read this comment and then the comments under this comment.
Get it.
When a Sekiwake has more Yushos than a Yokozuna, this conversation needs to be had. Yeah, we don't have to pretend Aonishiki wouldn't be Yokozuna right now if not for an injury, which I find very interesting that someone would say, considering the situation. Yes, to be fair, though, Aonishiki is a Yokozuna. It's just a matter of time. He has the potential to be the next Hakuho, in my opinion.
Oh, there it is.
I always felt Hoshoryu was rushed because Terunofuji couldn't keep going and they needed a Yokozuna. So it's all the...
There it is. It is time to Hakuho comparison. Always.
All right, so we can get a Maria rant right now, only because it was requested. And I like to make the fans happy.
Yeah, for the fans.
So Aonishiki is only not a Yokozuna because of the injury, but Hoshoryu is completely... forget Hoshoryu's injury, why he's not performing as a Yokozuna. You're setting yourself up. Like, everybody is setting themselves up to be pissed off all the time and to be constantly turning on their favorite wrestler and looking for the next shiny object. It's so ridiculous. Now, there won't be any reform in sumo. There's nothing we can do about it. So, I mean, it's probably another one of those meaningless conversations, right? But, Aonishiki, instead of saying, Hoshoryu sucks, Aonishiki's great, you should be rooting for Hoshoryu to heal, as you should be rooting for people to change the system for injuries so that Aonishiki doesn't wind up being the next Hoshoryu. Because make no mistake about it, Hoshoryu is his senior. Aonishiki is trying to be the next great. But right now, he's not even Hoshoryu. Till you're actually Yokozuna, you're not. And he's injured, asking to fight injured, but he gets a pass, and Hoshoryu and Onosato don't. Got it.
There's
My guy's the best, no matter what, and your guys stink, and there's nothing you can say because your guy has a frowny face when he's up on the dohyo. He's mean.
These are probably the same people that when Aonishiki got injured and he fell out of Ozeki beforehand, it's like, oh, he's just too small. It's just not going to work.
Oh, 100%.
The same guy. It's
the same guy was like, well, there goes another one. Let's take a look down.
Kazuma's coming up. Kazuma's the next.
Kazuma's the next
He's
great
people
thing.
Intriguing. And then Aonishiki goes back to Ozeki, and was like,
Aonishiki.
Yeah,
Kazuma sucks. Like, what's his problem? And for anybody who's listening to us out of context, we like all the wrestlers.
We like all of them.
And we don't disrespect Japan. We love Japan. We love sumo. We root for everyone. So don't take this out of context later. Thank you.
I'm wearing a kimono jacket unironically right now.
I know, right? I should stop. Why did you ask for a rant? It only is happening because you asked for a rant.
Yep. There's a bit of an attention span issue going on, to Jason's point. Evil Nephew is still my guy. The only issue is that he needs to slow down a little in the ring. That will help him avoid some of the silly losses. Aonishiki would probably end up at Yokozuna barring constant injury. The fact that he was Sekiwaki when he showed last time is just convenient for bad storytelling. They forced Hoshoryu into retirement. I'll be very upset. He's one of the most exciting Rikishi to watch, which is something that I think they do understand on some level.
Oh, yeah.
Even if he hasn't showed, he's had 2 playoff losses and been great. Aonishiki has potential to be the next Hakuho. Of course he does. So did Onosato, as did both Hoshoryu and Kodo.
Do you remember the Onosato talk?
No. They said he was going to be better than Hakuho.
Sure did.
I was just like, yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah, and now, all the work to get as far up as Onosato did and have the greatest records and all this stuff means nothing.
Yeah,
he got a 9-6. He's a loser.
I still remember the whiplash on the Takeru Fuji hype.
Oh boy, did that whiplash.
I'm so happy that he's back now.
Yeah, but it's like everyone forgot about him.
Yeah, like it went from here comes the Undertaker, he's the unstoppable force, to no one talks about him.
Right. It's like, who's that guy?
Who's that guy? It's like,
how sad.
I was just like, Takeru Fuji is not a Tickle Me Elmo. Treat him with respect.
Put some respect on his name.
So, comments. Did you see Cosmo's scary face? He's the next Yokozuna for sure. That is, dude.
Yes. If
strong agree.
If a face got you Yokozuna.
Strong agree. Where is he? Look at this dude. Oh.
Let's behold.
Boom.
Look at that. That's some Yokozuna energy right there. Just promote him right now.
God.
It's done.
He is good.
Bam.
He's good. Or they're talking about Fire Emblem. There's a metagame to Fire Emblem, and also what happens that the metagame isn't always consistent between the games. So there are certain archetypes in the Fire Emblem series that you can sort of rely upon, that they're sort of like that all the way through. Like, so like when you're playing Castlevania games, like there are certain, like, okay, I know what this is. Fire Emblem has a similar thing going on. Kozakura and Kirishima, they're all the next. Everybody's the next.
Everybody's the next hike. John is.
Oh yeah.
And John is the next Yokozuna.
My opinion on Hoshoryu is that it is possible to chew gum and walk at the same time. I believe it is entirely true and realistic that he will meet the requirements and deserves it.
Very fair and balanced, Mitch.
The only Sanyaku uncertainty is Sekiwaki 1 West. 15% chance they decide to put Fujinokawa in there instead of Daisho, probably even less than 15%. And be disappointed and agitated about how his Yokozuna arena has been so far. It's very true. You could look. I think we have in Hoshoryu been disappointed at him, and at the same time felt that his future is still bright.
Yeah.
Onosato had a couple of days where 12-3 use was looking very possible. Yeah. Next, Konishiki the next Kunichi will fall on his leg, and yeah, he'll be out of Sumo by 27. Just like I know me back in the day. I recommend you guys check him out. So far, 1-to-1 story. Interesting. Problem with talking more about Fire Emblem. This is some deep knowledge on the Fire Emblem stuff there. Anyone else look forward to Atamifuji versus Takanosho matches? This is like Timmy versus Jimmy. So
I like
Muppet
it.
Sumo is good. Okay, let's look.
John, you work on that. I'll see if I can get another good comment.
I need your hot take. So we
Yes,
are
hot take.
looking at our Yokozuna, Ozeki, easy, in and out. Atamifuji, locked. So now we have Fujinokawa, we have Hakuno-Fuji, we have Daisho. So Fujinokawa with the 8 and 7 goes in. Then we have Hakuno-Fuji with a 9 and 6 from M3, and then Daisho with a 10 and 5, but from M4. So people like the higher up the rank, the narrower the Kachikoshi.
Right.
So do you have it like this? Do you have it like this? Or do you have it like this?
You gotta. It's tricky because with it being Maegashira 4, it's hard for me to picture him in Sekiwake, but he's a former Sekiwake mainstay, and they do like to reward. First of all, double digits. Second of all, he used to be there all the time.
Yeah, I want Daisho and Sekiwake. I
think Daisho and Sekiwake
for the reasons that you brought up, double digits and tenure. Because Fujinokawa and I don't think Hakuno-Fuji's been in Sanyaku. This is new for both of them, so let them get Kamosuga.
Is it new for him?
Let's look it up.
Well, yeah, let's look it up. I wouldn't be surprised, but then there was a part of me that thought he made it in and got back out.
Maybe he got the curse. Let's see.
See that goldfish?
Highest rank, make sure one.
Okay.
So this is
new for both of them.
Territory. So then the question is, Hakuno-Fuji east or west to Fujinokawa?
I think switch it the other way around. Because Fujinokawa also, give Fujinokawa, because remember he also beat Yokozuna's.
Okay.
So
this is our Sanyaku.
Yeah, I think that's good. Any others?
So this is our the first.
We
question.
just want to solidify the top.
The first question was this. It felt like it was there was a little bit of math and a little bit of vibes.
Definitely some vibes there.
Continue to talk about Fire Emblem. That's fine. We're here for this.
Yes, you guys chat about Fire Emblem. I wish I could contribute.
So do the comments.
Yes.
We'll let things come in.
Yep, you work on that. These guys can talk about Fire Emblem. I will find something controversial for fun.
Daisho is becoming fragile. Count the bandages and gives you his chances.
I want something that's like...
To my point about the Yokozuna right now, although I tend not to use Hako as a standard or precedence, his statement that Yokozuna Sumo is winning Sumo really sticks with me.
It's a nice little soundbite, isn't it?
It is.
Because it makes sense. Now, when you look at what that really means, you remember the forearms to the face and the elbows and the shenanigans. But then again, he has the most titles of anybody.
They did a Hako episode on Grand Sumo Legends for NHK.
I saw that existed. I have not watched it yet. Have you watched it?
I did.
Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised they're still making new ones.
I'm surprised they made one. I mean, like, if you look at it objectively,
it makes sense.
It makes sense to bring about Hakuho. In the context of the Sumo Association, I'm like surprised that they brought him back out into the spotlight.
The reason is that he has a lot of backers, powerful people like the owner of Toyota loves him. So there's a lot of money and a lot of old families that support him. So he's not just going to go away.
Yeah, it's not NHK taking sides because this is just
no. It's just that,
but you'd almost feel like they'd pressure them to not do it.
But because they have people that also support NHK, Toyota supports everybody. They gotta play nice.
Gotta play nice.
They got no choice.
Fascinating. The fact that we have only had one Yusho come from the Yokozuna ranks since the retirement of Terunofuji, I do think is a problem. Hakunofuji would get over-promoted by one rank. Just looks wrong for me. I still have 1% faith in JSA, but Haku Oho is locked in Kamasubi 1 West. Okay. I think we've come to the same place. Yeah, Haku Oho. Ochiai. God bless. Hot take. Oho is the most underrated Rikishi in the top division. That is a hot take. Oho still was in the Yusho playoff a year ago.
Yeah, is he underrated or is he just... I can't say it. I don't want to get all ranty again.
Well, Oho's going to be down. I have him down at M9 right now.
He should be underrated. I'll put it that way. Like, he should be better than he is. So, of course, no one's thinking about him because he keeps sucking it up.
Sure does.
And there's no good reason for it.
Sure does.
Unless somebody tells me what it is.
Yeah. Going back and forth.
I'm open to understanding what the reason is.
Back and forth in Kodoshoho at M1 or M2. Currently, I got him at M1. There is a... So, yeah. For the Sanyaku selections, it could be anybody, any of these three people, and any of these three locations. And it's just that the wilder percentages are 1%, 2% chance of somebody in a crazy spot.
And we're seeing that more and more every Banzuke at this point.
Yeah.
All right, I got a comment. We'll see if this is a good comment to comment on. They need to either be way more strict when promoting Yokozuna so that only the truly transcendent athletes who can meet the absurd expectations qualify, or relax the expectations quite a bit so that the Yokozuna can have normal, healthy sumo careers. There are pros and cons to either approach, but the notion that they can just promote anyone who meets the minimum requirements, then demand that they rank highly every tournament is clearly untenable.
Untenable.
All right, I threw that one out there for your guys' consumption.
I'll switch M4 back and forth either way. Oh, M4 seems to math cleanly, but if I start moving some other things, it's no longer clean. So depending how you shuffle things around, that can definitely get messed up. Oho opinions.
Oho sucks. Whoa. Are you going to go on a rant like me?
Whoa. So was Kimbo-san. Reference to, I believe, under-demoted. Or maybe Kimbo-san also sucks. Either way.
What are we saying?
Yeah. No one stands out like a Magnus Carlsen in chess for sure. Sometimes the competition is really tough and many athletes can compete. You have the good ones. Okay, so the M1 versus M2 is, so Yoshinofuji and Kodoshoho are 6 and 9, which basically it condemns you from staying in the top division when you have multiple people contending for the spot. Like Takayasu sort of got away with it with the 6 and 9 because there was no other competition. There's not a strong enough case for somebody to replace him. So then it's, are they just M1? Or do you M2 them? I think that the way I have it right now, I think is worthwhile because there could be an argument for Takayasu and Kodo Eho to be in Sanyaku. But
the spots are just not there.
If Sanyaku had nothing going on, you could put them in with how well they were doing.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're like bumping up against it.
Right, particularly because they did that whole create extra spots, and as soon as they do that, something
they gotta close it. They gotta close it.
Catastrophe always seems to happen. H. Tim says it was a fair comment. I like the whole thing of here's how you get to the top. If you can stay there.
If you can't stay there, get out.
If you can't stay there, get out. Monster likes to take Spanky, no rant, just truth and facts. I'm pretty sure that has to do with Oho. I vote for the former. Increase the requirements. 2 back-to-back Yusho wins, 100% necessary. At least 13 wins minimum for each. So that's what's interesting. I think that's what we can actually talk about in this whole thing. What do they actually want? Do they want to be able to control if, say, a wrestler gets close enough and they want to put him in Yokozuna? Is that the most important thing to them? Or is the most important thing to them that the Yokozuna is basically godlike? Because if the Yokozuna is supposed to be godlike, I say you do exactly that. You make the requirements so crazy that no one can squeak in. You really have to be that guy to be Yokozuna and be okay with not having a Yokozuna.
This is the sticking point. They want to have their Yokozuna and eat it too. They want there to be this phenom.
Here's the tricky thing, and I don't mean to stir up controversy, but I do think about this sometimes. Knowing that there was all that match fixing, and with the match fixing, a lot of it was like, you know, just throw away this match because. Were the Yokozuna being aided in some way because of that? And that's something that doesn't exist anymore. Like, are there some things that were overlooked in the past? Little ways that Yokozuna got away with things that doesn't exist anymore. And so, like, maybe the past isn't so glorious as we think it is.
Potentially. I also think that it is a fool's dream to think that match fixing still doesn't go on.
Me too.
I'm not.
You don't want to get too deep in that because then you'll never believe any matches and all that.
I just understand it's a reality. And with the match fixing, it wasn't going on. It's that they got caught.
Right.
A lot of
just like the violence in sumo.
The violence in sumo is the
we're
exact
seeing
same
a pattern here.
Is that now the precedent is that it's not that there isn't violence going on.
Just don't get caught.
Just don't get caught. Just don't do it in public, or don't do it to such an extreme that word gets out.
Right.
And back in the day, I'm pretty sure they could do whatever the hell they wanted. And again, in the context of sumo, you have a bunch of strong, testosterone-addled teenagers beating each other up all day, every day, and then living with these people all day, every day like it's a boot camp.
Yeah.
Things are going to happen.
It's a violent sport. Yeah. There's going to be violence.
Also, you live in a frat house.
Yes.
Things are going to happen. It's part of the culture. There is no reality of a squeaky clean, everybody lives in a dojo like it's a Saturday morning cartoon. That doesn't exist. That's not how you make sumo wrestlers.
Well, that's not how you make winning sumo wrestlers anyway. So on one hand, you want to tame these guys. Like, I think that's the thing that's kind of getting to me. Even if I didn't like Hoshoryu, like, he's my favorite wrestler, so this is going to hype all of this up. But even if I didn't like Hoshoryu, you literally changed all sorts of things, like the violence rules, which are good. They are good. Yes. So don't take this out of context. They are good. But the guys, the Yokozuna of the past, were getting beat. They were beating others. They were aggressive like attack dogs. The guys of today are not like that. So they're not winning as much. They're all kind of like friends and stuff. Were sumo wrestlers so friendly in the past, the top guys? No. Was there social media? No. Was there the possibility that someone sees you all the time and can post it all over the place, so you always have to have this good, squeaky clean image? No. You changed all the standards and then make them live up to the standards of the past. I'm just saying, those guys, I don't think it's fair to do these comparisons. I just think it's a little, once again, going back to the original point, if you really want Yokozuna to be godlike, you need to be okay with not having a Yokozuna.
Yes.
You need to be, I'm not saying let violence back in, because I don't think it's right. I think it's horrible. But the only way you get a Yokozuna like the past Yokozuna is if you let these boys just beat each other up and get aggressive and treat them like the past.
I think this is a fascinating thought argument. There's no, you can make a case either way, versus we need a Yokozuna, so even if they're not as good, we're going to let them in, versus we need to hold a standard to this, and if nobody can hold that standard, then nobody's Yokozuna. Like, this is interesting to think about. I think here's
reality. If we're going to just go really reality, We have reached an era where Yokozuna is a title only. It's a representative. It's a face to the organization. It's a very skilled man who can beat anyone, but doesn't necessarily mean they do. I think that's actually the standard. They will not say that, but that's actually the standard they have set at this point. A guy with a good image who isn't out there committing scandals, who's really entertaining to watch, who gets along well with his peers and doesn't step out of line. That's kind of who they're saying the Yokozunas are now. Talented enough to beat anybody, but not dominant enough to destroy it.
That level of unreachable skill.
They're not. So then when you get back to it, and this is one of the comments I actually saw in here, which I think is a fair comment. Whether you think Hoshoryu deserved the promotion or not, they gave it to him, and then they criticize him when he's not living up to what they wanted.
Because it makes them look bad.
Right. So you in theory lowered the standard. You didn't. I'll put it to you this way: you let him in on the bare minimum of what was required. And now when he can't live up to the Yokozuna standard, you criticize him and make him fight injured. Well, who created the situation? Meanwhile, isn't it always the leader's fault when something happens? You're over him. You should actually retire. If you call for his retirement, you should retire with him.
This is an interesting...
Hakaku? Okay.
Yep.
If Hoshoryu has to retire, Hakaku has to retire with him.
This is an interesting cognitive dissonance in Japanese culture in general, is that there's a look to seniority
for everything.
And so what happens is that it's always their call whether or not they're right. And if something's wrong, it can't be their fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless they're like really clamped down.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating thing to watch.
It's just human.
Culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
America's not better. It's not better.
It's different.
It's just different. We're all humans.
Well, that's it. I was going to say it's a humanity thing.
It's humans. We're all humans.
We all have a different way of displaying our hypocrisies and our biases.
No, look. We could.
Me and you are perfect.
Absolutely flawless human beings.
You can read all about it in the comments section. I challenge you to read what people say about us in the comments section.
It will take you several seconds.
Wait till you see the comment section on this one. I guarantee someone's going to be fired up. I've had some people really come at me. It's okay. It's all okay.
I didn't think I'd catch strays.
I didn't either. You're probably one of the nicest, non-controversial people on the internet.
I would, because you sent me that message. I was just like, oh no.
What did I do?
What did I do? I'm so sorry. Maria, I put shame on the thing. And then you're just like,
No.
No.
I'm like, if someone's coming after me, it's like, yeah, I probably did something wrong. I am a jerk. I'm not going to tolerate people coming after you. I'm not.
Thank you, Maria.
I will take the shots that I deserve. You don't deserve shots.
Okay, thank you for your comments, everybody. We'll get through them now.
Yeah, you know what? At least it wasn't a big anime rant, okay?
Foundisi gets a Jun Yu show back-to-back combo. He's getting promoted. They're realizing his 2 Yu shows isn't enough. If Kiri gets it, unless 24 he wins, he gets
Here's
promoted.
The thing about Kirishima. Let's say he gets a 13-2. There is no guarantee he can continue to fight like that. He is older and he has chronic injuries. So people will just be complaining about him. And they'll keep saying that everybody stinks because something has to change and nobody wants to change.
So, 2 wins from Kamasubi. Seen selling guys anywhere from M6 to M9. So I have him at the larger end of that. I like to put him at M9, but right now he has him at M7. Okay, so he may be a little low, but he's technically at least on the deep end. I think the simplest fix for our Yokozuna is the Yokozuna Deliberation Council demand they sit out for 2 Basho to get completely healthy. If they did that right when Onosato got injured, this whole conversation would be over.
I kind of like that.
Decent Yokozuna.
I kind of like that because now it's not they didn't live up to their standards. They were told to sit out.
Yeah.
And then that would be sharing a little bit of the responsibility. And then it's like, okay, we demanded a 2-tournament sit out. Now you got to come back stronger. Like, your responsibilities come back stronger. It would be nice if they shared in the responsibility.
A little bit. I like that. I like that as also it's a compromise.
Yeah.
Because it's saying it's going to the Yokozuna and be like, get your stuff together.
Which is what they're doing right now after.
And then what it's also saying to everybody else is they need to get their stuff together.
Right. It's giving them permission to actually get healthy.
I did some fun a few days ago. I locked Yokozuna promotion criteria and made those harder. 3 Basho as Ozeki, 2 Yusho, 40-plus wins in those 3, and no less than 12 in each one. I got 15 out of 44 or 47. Can't remember exactly. And this one, the last proper one was Atamifuji.
Well, that tracks.
Onosato must continue to go Kyujo every Basho until morale improves. Kirishimi's consistency versus Aoniski's technique, what makes the best Yokozuna?
Winning sumo is
yeah.
Yokozuna sumo.
Yeah, so we have what is interesting about both of them. And so like we have Onosato and we have Hoshoryu, who are completely different styles. And then Kirishima and Aoniski are a little bit more Hoshoryu-esque.
Mm-hmm.
They're different brands of that smaller, more technical.
Mm-hmm.
And so what will end up happening is that we're going to have this like Yokozuna dynamic shift. It'll be fun to watch, assuming that it all goes how we hope.
Right. Everybody needs to get where they need to get.
Yeah. I don't see how tightening the promotion criteria will do anything right now outside of Hoshoryu and I guess Onosato. I really don't think anything changes in the last 30 years.
I think what changes is that we don't have a Yokozuna after Terunofuji for...
Which they don't want.
Right.
Secret problem number 1. Match fixing violence, roids, it's all don't happening, but now we have worldwide instant news cycle. They didn't have that back in the day like they are now. It was...
Well, that's basically the big comment.
You just make a Wokozuna argument. I like it. Might be controversial, but what if they implemented a Kinboshi limit? After getting out a certain amount of stars, Yokozuna is forced to retire.
I think that would just put too much pressure on them, and it would affect their ability to fight.
Yeah, if you're a Yokozuna on Kinboshi 39,
yeah,
you're henkeing all the time.
Exactly,
you're fighting weird and dirty.
You're gonna do the kind of stuff Hakuho was doing that he didn't need to do.
He didn't need to do,
but he did it because Yokozuna Sumo is winning sumo.
So it's a right idea, but probably the wrong lever to pull. So, like, if you're giving up 40 to 50 Kinboshi as a Yokozuna, you're not winning shows.
Right, you're probably retired by then.
You have systemic issues. You may not even be consistently getting double digits. At that point, then, the issues are bigger than Kinboshi. But a Kinboshi counter is a good measurement.
We should make our own Kinboshi counter.
But it is. I'm a little sour on it because it's been a hot topic lately. Everybody's like, "Oh, sure, you gave up 3 Kinboshi." I'm like, okay,
yeah,
and
yeah.
So, but it's. I think he's on the right track. Frankly, I would rather choose to believe that Hoshoryu and Onosato just suck rather than thinking the days of Daiyokuzuna are over. They're coming back. The Daiyokuzuna.
The Daiyokuzuna will come back.
Totally honest opinion on the Yokozuna standards. Sorry, but bored now. Reminds me of arguing baseball Hall of Fame standards. Sad truth is there will always be guys who get in who don't deserve it and guys that don't who do.
What a great analogy.
No one will ever agree on which ones they are.
What a great analogy. It really is like that.
Yeah. What industry in the world where you think the people on top will take responsibility for their hypocrisy and bad decisions? Yes.
Once again, I'll just say humanity.
Humanity.
The humanity of it all.
I do believe this is starting to fly off the rails, like I said before. Both Hoshoryu technically being properly promoted and his performance since being dissatisfactory can both be true.
Do you understand, Mitch, that this is the fly off the rails?
We're on a bit. Yeah, we're just there's no criteria.
We haven't
here.
been working together on sumo in a while, so we're rusty.
Mitch has a good point.
Mitch is right. Mitch is always right. But I thought he was going to yell at us about anime, and instead he yelled at us about an actual sumo topic. I feel like I can't win. My heart's a little broken now. Maybe I should call balls and strikes. There's no controversy there.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
It was in the box. The box. Can I just say I hate the box? I hate the box. The stupid digital box. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to go off the rails again.
Kirishima Yusho prediction from Benki. Aoniski 11-4. Atamifuji 9-6. Wakanosho gets 10. That would be nice.
Well, let's go back to Wakanosho. My heart. I don't know what kind of physical condition we're going to see from him. I do know that wow. I can't do it now, can I? Takakeisho, what's his name? Minatogawa. I know Minatogawa is going to be a lot more sensitive to the injury thing because he's spoken about it. So he could possibly not be in this tournament. I hope that's not the case, but don't be surprised if you see Wakanosho go back to Juryo.
There'll be news. There'll be news. One way or the other, there'll be news the week before.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If Nishinoseki Oyakata had learned anything, this Onosato issue could have been rendered moot.
It is very disappointing to watch the exact same situation happen again.
True. Yep, 10 wins if he's fit for Wakanosho. You don't have a Yokozuna for 6 months if you don't promote Hoshoryu. Big whoop. It's not like it's never happened before. You'd be surprised at my experiments since 1996. Was this Daiyokuzuna, Ashashoryu, Hakuho, and Terunofuji?
The question is, what would have happened with Haramofuji if he had continued? It's a thought experiment, but I just wonder, like, how does everything change? Or does nothing change at all? He was an interesting wrestler.
Only 4 months if you count the 5 minutes Terunofuji participated in January. Yeah,
I know. Terunofuji was basically never there. It was like having a Yokozuna anyway.
I think the fear of not having a Yokozuna was...
It's a little bit more... I don't know. In some ways, it's just so much more visible now because of the 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah,
But on the other hand, I don't know how much people care like they did back in the day.
Yeah. There is some... Like, in the beginning of the year, there's the Yokozuna. They go down to whatever shrine and they do the ring entering ceremony. Yeah. And you can't... Well, I honestly don't know. It's probably happened before. That, like, January rolls around, there's no Yokozuna. Like, do you ask an Ozeki? Do you not have the ceremony?
That's a good question.
This is the reality that they're scared of. And then also, like, you can't have Hoshoryu on a poster when you go to London, and you can't have Hoshoryu eating baguettes in France, and
right, you always have to have, once again, the face.
And
the Yokozuna role of being the face is apparently just as important as the wins. You want the ideal of having both. So, and are you gonna switch Takerufuji in? Okay,
I did. It does make a certain amount of sense because Hiroto Umi is slightly underpromoted. Takerufuji was like nice and clean, but I'll do it. It's a half run.
I keep forgetting as we spoke about Takerufuji that he got 10 wins. That was a silent 10 wins.
It was when you lose early in the tournament. Did he lose early in the tournament? Was that one of the things he was doing? Where are you, son? Higher, lower. There you are. So good to have him back. Oh, no, he was in the Yusho race. I remember this wrong.
Wow. See, I didn't do the recap, so I really don't have as much memory. What a shame.
They had to... I think it was... Trying to repiece my memories. Okay, he fights Onosato. He fights Aoniski. I think the last match against Kodoyo was actually really good. But
it just was a little too much there at the end.
Yeah. He was part of the falls off the radar group. I don't know if I had a bet on him for winning it anyway.
Right. It just feels too soon.
Yeah. All right. Even back-to-back Zensho is not enough. If you average 11 wins in your Yokozuna era, if you're to be considered demigod, 2 Yushos or equivalent is not enough.
Well, that's it. I think there has to be... Well, maybe there doesn't have to be. Maybe only in our mind do the terms need to be defined. But a demigod certainly has to be like a Hakuho. Maybe we're just spoiled because we grew up in the Hakuho era. I don't know.
Yeah, that's... the more time goes by, the more I'm grateful that we were able to see Hakuho.
Yeah, because there's never gonna.
We're never gonna see him again.
No,
And
I wish
like,
he
there
could
are-
have stayed.
now and again, like there'll be newer people that didn't see Hakuho, that then people talk about like, oh, this guy's the next Hakuho, and they'll be like, oh, cool.
Right, it won't
And-
mean anything.
And like it means like I know that context, and like I can imagine that back in the day, people would be like, oh, this guy's the next Hoshoryu, or oh, this guy's is the next
Takanohana.
Fuji.
Yeah.
If you want to go, further back.
I think for a while it was probably Fuji that they would.
They were like, oh, he's the next Fuji. Oh, and so like I can just imagine this is just part of the cycle of sumo in general.
Right.
But now I feel like I'm hooked into it a little more. All right. Thanks for the comments, Monster. I'm doing them. Umi had lost his mojo. Hope he finds it. At best, he was a riddle. Umi. Oh, I feel bad. I mourned for Umi because he got the door shut in his face. Like
That's his sumo life.
Particularly damning because we have Hakuno Fuji and Fujinokawa and Atamifuji and Kodo Eho. Like people around him are figuring it out. So
No, he's finding it.
I would always be talking about just like, oh, it's hard. Everybody's going through it up here. This is just his journey, and then just people are passing him. And it all sunk in, and I was like, no.
And it's just gonna keep happening because he's getting older,
My
and
beautiful boy.
And the young guys are getting stronger, and
It's a rough. So
the cycle.
The day 15 between Takeru Fuji and Kodo Eho was winner gets a special prize.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that now.
Ama is Haruma Fuji's old Shikona.
That's right. I
just watched a
forgot
bit.
that.
I find it very difficult to define this demigod sort of character. The two schools of thought, and again, like I think we've come across like kind of a fun little mental exercise for how you think this works. So that you have we need a Yokozuna, we need that presence, the face, we need somebody with the rope, we need somebody to go down to a Shinto shrine and do the foot stompies with the big belt on. So like you have Yokozuna, you can have ones that are great, but sometimes you just have ones that are there.
Yeah.
Or you say, like, you go all the way back to, like, the origin story of the Yokozuna, where there's some absolute badass who takes the temple ropes off the shrine and says, no one's going to take this belt off of me, and he beats everybody. And then at that point he says he is now a deity because he is so good at sumo. If you want that Yokozuna, then you don't promote anybody.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, just let it... You have the guys you have now, and then once they're gone... Yeah. You just stop.
They're like in a way both are correct depending on how you and this is where it gets down to an opinion. This is where it's
right. This is strictly 42 opinion territory because it's all opinion. It's like H. Tim said, it's like the Hall of Fame conversations.
Yeah. I mean they're because Sumo Association, Yokozuna Deliberation Council, they're going to do whatever they're going to do.
And it will change when those guys are gone. Like, Hakaku really isn't going to be around for much longer.
Yeah, and it's not just a Yokozuna thing. Like, it's an Ozeki thing, too. Like, they'll promote people or not promote people based on the
vibes.
The vibe.
There's a lot more vibes for Ozeki than there is for Yokozuna because it's like, it's 33, but, like, they can promote you on a 31. They can make you wait till you have 36.
So, it's a thing. Like, it's not a hard and fast. You do this and then you're in.
Right.
They give, they take, depending on how things are going.
So is the demigod the association?
Well, the demigod is thinking about like you're only going to promote somebody if they're going to absolutely destroy and get 20 U shows,
right?
And be a legend,
right?
And like there is a definition of Yokozuna that is you are a literal god walking the earth. You are so good at sumo.
Well, it's funny because there's two different ways to look at it. There's sumo the sport. There's sumo the religion.
Yeah.
Actually, three ways. Then there's sumo LLC, the business.
Yeah.
So there are three versions that a Yokozuna has to fit all three. That's the shrine part is the traditional religious part of it. The foot stomping was for harvest, for a good harvest. And in Japan, there are a lot of natural disasters. So there is a certain level of, we want the Yokozuna here for good luck because there are natural disasters that occur continuously. Then you have the sport. The sport, you can have some leniency because it's a sport.
You're fighting. It's just
it's just
performance.
It's a performance, exactly. LLC is the we need you on the posters. So, I mean, they've got all their priorities split. As unpopular of an opinion as it may be, I really don't think we need to be reinventing the wheel on how we promote Yokozuna.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of priorities. And
it's us actually exploring what do people actually want. Yeah. I don't need to change a darn thing.
They're not going to listen to us anyway.
No, nobody cares.
But they won't.
Nobody cares what we have to say.
All right. I've got my 5 west through 10 east very jumbled from yours. Can't explain it closer to that. Just jumbled. We're talking
well, you might be on your first draft, right?
Yeah. Wakataka Kage versus Kimbozan for M11 is the discussion. There's no Usain Bolt who dominates in sumo. Not until Atamifuji shows up.
No, right? The next guy.
It's always the next guy.
That I find the Wakataka Kage decision to probably be the one that affects everybody's Banzuke.
Yeah, because they are talking about how if you're in Sekiwake, like you won't go lower than, like you may even need to be higher than this. But
once again, do they factor in the fact that they know he's not coming back? That's what I'm curious about.
M5 bothers me a little bit because Oshoma's just lucks out and getting a hold, but it's just sort of
sometimes we've seen a lot of the lucky holds.
In the last couple of tournaments, there's been a lot of 7-8 holds because so many people did badly that you just know where to put them. But here, almost all the 7-8s get demoted.
So where would Oshoma like?
Well, the thing, like specifically around him, Ichi Yamamoto over here is already under demoted.
Right.
So you're just further under demoting him, which doesn't make much sense. Roga and Asaniyama are already over promoted. So if you put him down, they're just going to get further up. So it sort of just like, it kind of works. It just feels weird. Prediction 2. Roga will have a losing record in September. Oh my God.
It's
rough. It's going to be rough.
Yeah.
It's going to be rough. Got Waka with Kimbo, but I'm not absolutely sold on it. It just seems to happen every time I go through it. Everything left is just coin flips. Sounds like we're into we're into the nitty gritties. I can see Wakataka Kage landing anywhere between M10 and M12. Relatively new to sumo. I still have that aura of tradition in my head, so I'm considering Suna and all the perks as more of an exceptional honor. For the last 40-ish years, it's more like a Ballon d'Or for a soccer player. It kills the ancient sacred traditions for me.
The traditions still matter in sumo. I think they really do still care about things like doing those ceremonies. It isn't just we need to do it because we have to check off a box. I think they really do still deeply mean something. Yes. And the way that the dohyo was created and how they bury the sacred items in it and the salt, I still think all of that very much matters.
It's part of the sport.
So that is the part where you would think you need a Yokozuna no matter what, because you need someone to do that role. And so that's one of the questions that you say is that more important than
the performance,
the LLC or the LLC?
And this is where it's so fascinating about that conversation. So yeah, Roga, some of the best Roga we've ever seen was in July. Which
surprised me. I thought we had seen the best of Roga that would ever exist.
It felt like he was destined to be barely scraping out of the double digits of M, and he looked good. He was just realizing his potential, and that's where his potential put him.
There was a little part of me who felt like he was kind of like fed up. Like, yo, I'm done. I'm just going to start wrecking people.
I am. So I was happy. I was happy for him in July, and now I am scared for him.
We do talk about this a lot when a guy finally reaches a certain spot where you're not sure.
I don't. If he gets 8 wins, I will be flabbergasted. I will.
Could
be
we be
baffled.
seeing the new Roga?
Well, the new Roga got him here.
You don't expect a consistent new Roga?
I would love to see a consistent new Roga. The thing is that a consistent, like, there is no version of Roga that will exist in M5 in his current state. Can he get there? See what happens in a year.
Yeah.
It happens in a year. Also, I'd love to be wrong, but, you know.
Yes, anytime we espouse a negative opinion, we are more than happy to be wrong. Because we want to see success for everybody.
Yeah. Hakunofuji in Sanyaku is healthy. I feel like that's a place that we've known he belongs for a while. It just never worked out.
Just so many different body parts getting injured.
Yep.
So we'll have to see if he's found a way to kind of mend every part of him or at least balance out the injuries so all sides hurt exactly the same.
I feel like he's got an even money chance against the curse.
I do too. He's a pretty skilled guy.
Like, you look at Fuji no Kawa and you're just like, I'm never going to bet against you, Fuji no Kawa, but good luck.
Right. Hakunofuji was one of Hakuho's really good picks. He knew what he saw in him, and, you know, he's just got to get through whatever is making him so injured. It seems to be a running situation for many.
Good luck to Ochiai, though. I think it'll be good. It's just good to see him there.
It is. He's one of my little secret favorites. Like, when he does well, I'm happy.
Yeah. If Roga gets to Yusho, I will be absolutely blissful. It would be great. Asahi Fuji reminds me of Chio Tairyu. Lots of hype, then the guy petered out. Always got to see what the top division brings.
It's always different.
You know, you get your Aonishikis, you get your Onosatos, then you get your... Where's M5? Fuji Ryoga, who's M4, so I couldn't find him. You get your Kazumas. You get your Kodo Ehos. All brands.
The thing about going to the top division, you know, and the difference between the practice sessions and fighting in the top division, they're obviously everyone is holding back. So on one hand, it's very impressive to beat a guy in training because you have to have some pure strength to do that because they're not going to just let you push them over. But the intensity, the increase in intensity that you're going to experience on match day is just so next level that you can't test yourself until you're there.
He has lost a single match in the entirety of his sumo career, professional sumo career. So we need to knock on some wood about injuries with this dude. Logistically, it looks like he has the record to support his rise with or without the training allegations. And it is like you get into Juryo, then you're fighting all 15 days, and then your body just realizes it's in for it, and you have to figure that out. And then there's all the new responsibilities and expectations and privileges of being a salaried wrestler.
And if you start to do good, then you're doing interviews and all that other stuff.
So you figure it out. Then you get to the top division, and now you're in the big leagues. Now you're on TV. Now there's all sorts of stuff that you got to do.
The audience noise alone.
Audience noise, the new ceremonies. And now everybody's going to be kicking your ass.
Oh, yeah. There's a little extra, let's beat up the new guy.
So there's... Now, again, you do have... Onosato just didn't care. It was fascinating.
Yeah, he just beat everybody
It's not
up.
like it's impossible. It's just realistically...
It'll be hard.
It's a steep trial. It is always... It feels like it's more of a signifier of somebody's success when they do well in the top division, when it all comes together. Because also the thing, once you succeed in the top division, it's just then you've made it.
Right.
You're done. You're there.
And once you get comfortable up there, then you just...
Then we talk about...
What kind of wrestler you
are. Then now we're like, oh, time to talk about legacy.
Mitch always comes up with something that... it's just brutally honest.
The Bull Durham interviews are just...
Let's be honest. How hard is it really to do my brand of sumo interview? This is a fair point.
It is all scripted.
Yeah.
It is. It's.
Every once in a while, you get a really refreshing interview with a guy who's just like, I'm going to pour my heart out. But it's so rare.
Rare.
Your Kaios. Yes. Roga is wrestling strong, but sumo naive. I'd love for you to expand on that point.
There's a ceiling to Roga's skill cap. And that's been his biggest problem. He just kept hitting his hand, hitting his head against the ceiling, and so like his grappling fundamentals are strong, and he's done some impressive stuff on the belt even before July, but there was always a limit to what he could do, and once he got to a certain level, people were higher than that limit on their own skill, and that was where he ran into problems. What was interesting in July is that he's raised his limit.
Right. And we've been waiting a while for that.
Was huge. It was not, I'm not going to say it was unprecedented, but when I saw it was happening, I'm just like, he did it.
Well, it really did.
It was
make an impression.
We can get Kaisei interviews again. Those are the days.
Kaisei definitely would just say what he wanted to say.
I was just trying to search out the Bull Durham quote. So for context, Bull Durham is a baseball movie about the concept of playing baseball, and it's an old ass movie.
Very old.
Kevin Costner.
He
was a young stud.
Yeah, even though his hair still kind of looked like he was an old guy.
He was widow's peaking it a bit.
He was
doing the Vegeta.
But
look.
it was definitely the 80s.
Yeah, so it is a coded movie. Also, like, if you're not already a fan of baseball, this movie's going to make no sense, and you're not going to probably get much out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, they talk about Daryl Strawberry, so there's a lot of coded references. But the thing is that there is a scene in Bull Durham where there's like a new up and coming pitcher, and there's a scene about like teaching him about all of the nothing isms that you say. It's like, just got to do it one day at a time. Oh, I had a good day, a bad day. And the thing is that then I go over to start watching sumo, and then everybody's saying the same thing. Everyone's like, oh, you all watch Bull Durham.
I want to go back and watch it. It's been so long.
It's such a weird.
I feel like I know I never finished it. I know I only saw parts of it. I want to go back and watch it now because I just think it would be funny.
It's part of me wonders.
It was a little inappropriate, wasn't it?
It is an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
It earns the
I think
R
that's
rating.
why I like turned it off because I'm like, all right. But I could fast forward through that and just watch those parts.
It's weird. It's dated.
The 80s were wild.
It was a little wild. Part of me wonders if you just find like the clip compilation.
That's true. I could find that.
It's sort of like when, like, for the longest time, there's the movie My Cousin Vinny.
Yes.
Like, I'd only seen the courtroom scenes.
Oh.
For the longest time.
What a great movie.
And then, like, I watched all of My Cousin Vinny. I'm like, this movie's insane.
Right. It's way different than the clips make you think it is.
If you just see, you just see the courtroom thing.
It's nuts.
And you're like, wait, he's just lunatic? And like, because then there's one scene in the movie, like if you're just doing the clip compilation, like he's wearing an awkward suit, and you're just like, you don't even think about it, because then he's wearing a different suit in the next scene. You're just like, oh, he has more than one suit. It makes sense. But he's like, no, this suit is this piece of crap that he found, because if he didn't wear a suit, he would have been in contempt of court and thrown out.
Yeah.
And it's because he's a weird guy who doesn't have his stuff together.
Right. So it's important to watch the entire movie in that respect. But in Bull Durham's case, so it's the flip.
It's a flip. So like for My Cousin Vinny, like it was very eye opening to watch the whole thing after only watching it like on 4TV movies or watching clips of it. For Bull Durham, you probably can just get away with watching the baseball parts of it,
right? Because I don't really want to watch that other part.
Yes, and then all of the weird Church of Baseball stuff can. It's a movie. It is a time capsule.
It is a
It
time
is a
capsule.
historical artifact, and so there are some parts of that movie that are fascinating for that alone.
All of Kevin Costner's movies, you could say that about, I think.
Yeah, he did Field of Dreams too. Try to
Yeah.
explain Field of Dreams.
Try to explain Waterworld.
The time.
I bet you many people here have not seen a Kevin Costner
right.
movie. Anyway,
Let's see. Sooner or later, thank you everybody for our
yet another rant.
Random 10-minute obscure baseball movies I hadn't seen in 20 years tirade. Okay. 15 years? Anyway. Don't know. Sooner or later, someone will pull a Hakuho in training and call out Atamifuji and ride him like a government mule.
I want to see it the day it happens.
By the time he realizes his technique, he's been bumped out by a big guy. Sumo's more than just wrestling. I'm a bit behind the stream, so I end Yokozuna promotion requirements. Talk at make those harder but concrete. Same as with Ozeki. It's sort of like that, but there's more to it. It's an interesting discussion if this keeps happening.
Yeah, it only becomes a discussion if people keep insisting upon a change and then an actual course of action happens.
Shishi interview where he does the whole interview in Japanese and then wants to go home, so he starts pretending he doesn't understand
Oh,
Japanese.
man, that sounds awesome. I didn't see that.
That's great. Maria, how would you react if Hoshoryu lost to Roga Lexbasho?
I'd probably turn it off and not watch for a couple days.
Understandable.
And then I would say to John, just give me the highlights.
Wait,
I'm
do you
done.
want me to warn you? Should I warn you?
Yeah, you know what? If Hoshoryu loses to Roga, I just need to know that.
All right.
And if that happens, then I'm taking a couple days off.
Okay, I will. I'll keep that in mind.
I can accept if he doesn't come into the tournament in September, but if we have losses like that,
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I need mental health breaks.
One of the best, most fun, honest interviews I've ever seen was Ryuden of all people. Interesting. She's my new guy to be a hater for. He hates Tamawashi like that. Barely avoids Jirio because of it. Then has his breakout next show. I won't forgive.
That is the ultimate insult right there.
Ichi Yamamoto does a fun interview.
Ichi Yamamoto.
He's a character.
Yeah, he's a character in every aspect of his life.
I had a few good conversations when I was at my tournament a couple of movies ago about the most quotable baseball movies. I still contend it's the Major League movies, but I can defer to other movies. Major League Minors, right?
What's that?
Was that Major League Back to the Minors? Was that the one?
Isn't that like the sequel? I think there's one that's just called Major League, and that one has Charlie Sheen in it, I think. And just ridiculous. Like, if you're a baseball fan, it's just it's a must watch.
There are so many movies that it is if you're a baseball fan. ...
Yeah, there was Sandlot. Although Sandlot, you don't need to.
You just need to be a '90s kid to enjoy
a '90s
Sandlot.
kid. There was Angels in the Outfield.
I'm still scared of that dog.
I know, right? That dog is still out there somewhere. No, but Angels in the Outfield was a real interesting movie. That was kind of like mixing Home Alone with, not the, like the little side stories, like the woman in the park and the neighbor with the shovel. It was like that heartwarming stuff, like throw the heartwarming stuff in a baseball game. So that was an interesting one. Yeah, we don't get awesome baseball movies anymore. Baseball is just falling out of favor.
What kind of awesome sports movies are even a thing anymore?
The last sport movie I saw, and it wasn't awesome. It was decent, but it wasn't awesome. Was that one where they were doing all the metrics? Moneyball. It was a good movie, but it wasn't awesome. Like, I didn't feel good after I watched that. I was like, it was well put together, but I want a good sports movie again. Where's my Rockies? Like, come on, man. Miracle on Ice, like something. They don't make sports movies anymore.
They don't. Everybody's doing.
It's all superhero movies. And like, I don't know. It's actually all superhero movies.
The Odyssey's technically a superhero movie.
Yeah, I got my feelings about the Odyssey, but that's okay. As somebody who was actually very into Greek and Roman mythology back in the day, I have particular ways I want stories told. But I am a particular jerk anyway, so.
That's true.
Like my Spider-Man, I want it to be like the 90s Spider-Man animation. I want my man Spider. It's
also there's
Why can't I have what I want?
There was a golden age of those cartoons.
The X-Men.
They say the new one that came out has the spirit of it, but I can't.
My heart is in the 90s.
Still
It's
there.
over for me.
Still there. Let's see. How to feel good conversation. Every time someone hates Shishi, it makes me like him more.
And that is how that works.
It's true. Shishi is a fascinating creature.
Well, every time someone hates Hoshoryu, it makes me like him more. So, like, hate is actually a fuel that you can use to do the opposite.
It's true. Ichi Yamamoto is the funniest guy in Makuchi, not stealing a comedian funny by sumo standards.
Ichi Yamamoto is just, like, the most interesting man in sumo.
Yeah. So there's the other part of Bull Durham is, like, there's the stuff that happens, like, when you're on the field, and then there's stuff that happens off the field. And stuff on the field, stuff that's on the field is the stuff that's usually the most quotable, the most weird.
The stuff that you kind of like.
Yeah. Now, the larger story of the Church of Baseball is kind of fascinating, and that's the stuff that goes on off the field.
Yeah.
But if you're just looking for those, like, those quotable moments, those, like, iconic clips, those are on the field.
Okay.
I'm not disparaging the off the field stuff. Like, the whole movie was
It's
interesting.
what it is.
It's what it is.
It was an 80s movie.
Yes.
There was a lot of things going on in the 80s that were...
So, it's not that it's good or bad. It's just where the clips are. You have to learn your cliches. You're going to have to study them. You're going to have to know them. They're your friends. Write this down. You got to play it one day at a time. There it is.
I love it.
Some guys are soccer lovers, slow and talking, man. Ichi Yamamoto looks like Chris Rock in comparison. Huh.
That's a fair point.
Time in the 90s when every professional baseball player's favorite movie that a Bull Durham or Field of Dreams. Major League 2, when the tough get going, the don't get tough.
See,
People know him.
Yes, they know him.
I love this chat. I already love the chat. Now I love it more. Angels in the Outfield, the original is excellent. The remake is painful.
Yeah, that's the thing is they started making all these sequels and remakes and everything else. I only watched the originals.
Major League 2 are masterpieces. Haven't watched Major League Back to the Minors. Rip Pigeon Lady.
She just died. The pigeon lady in Home Alone 2. The one who you remember Home Alone 2, right?
Vaguely.
So there's an old woman in Central Park who all the pigeons go to, and he makes a friendship with her.
Okay.
The actress just passed away recently, so.
You have a good night out drinking.
I feel like I need to like have a baseball movie marathon now.
Maybe worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, I miss classic baseball.
There's queue up maybe just one. Just find one.
I wish we could play clips from movies and react to it with everybody, but YouTube just won't let anybody have fun anymore.
You'd have a good night out drinking with Yamamoto, but then he would want to show you his collection of pin cushions.
And then you'd be like, I'm bored.
Too many bad things. Odyssey's fine. I didn't see it personally. I think it's making bank, so it can't be that bad.
You know what it is? I'm going to say something really controversial. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
I don't think Christopher Nolan movies are that interesting. People love him and think that he's like so great, but I find a lot of them kind of boring. I'm just a jerk, that's what I would say is my big complaint is like it's just too long and drawn out and like taken in places that like suck out the fun of it. It's just his movies are not fun to me. The Dark Knight is the exception. That was the last time. I was like, nah, I don't know. It's my 90s way.
Well, if you look at Batman Begins and you look at The Dark Knight.
I tell you, I hated the third one.
The third one had its problems. Losing Heath Ledger, I think, really threw.
Just ruined everybody.
Yeah. What they did with The Dark Knight Rises, what they did with it is fine. It was a salvage op. It was them trying to put it together.
That's when I like gave up. I was like, ah.
Yeah, but like the energy of the first Dark Knight. Like I personally like both the Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
I liked Batman Begins. I just think The Dark Knight was better.
But the thing is that Batman Begins had more of that like super serious, nobody can smile kind of energy, which I'm guessing is the part of the Christopher Nolan movies that you don't like.
Yes, it's the lack of emotion. It's not that I can't watch something like that, but I'm like, I cannot connect to his characters.
And so there's
I'm not feeling them. I don't know.
The thing about the second movie is that the Joker, his whole concept was
to break that. That's actually the reason the movie was so good was actually he worked against Nolan in a way. Even though Nolan created the whole thing.
Yes.
it was almost like the Joker broke Nolan's stiff, emotionless stuff. Because the more I think about it, the best thing about the movie was the Joker. I don't even know if I like Christian Bale that much as Batman. He was great because of Heath Ledger in that movie.
He did so much in that movie. He did so much.
I feel bad saying, I'm like, am I the only person who kind of thinks his movies are boring?
You're not alone.
Okay, I feel like I'm alone.
Yeah, I've heard this from other people before. Again, I personally, I thought both of those movies were really good. But the thing is that I did like them for different reasons.
Right. They are well put together, but it's clinical. I almost would rather like something that kind of looks like a mess if I feel something. But I don't want it to be too much of a mess. So, you know, Maria and her hot takes.
All right. Oh, scrolling up. Okay, thank you. We're on pure Bender Town today, it looks like.
Sorry, guys. It's just what it is.
H. Tim, not a fan of the Major League movies. Draft day was pretty good. Granted, it feels like my reality every damn year is the draft is like the only thing I look forward to in the NFL. That's a whole different issue.
I never saw Draft Day. Now I'm going to start. I want to watch sports movies now.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch all the ones I didn't see now.
Yeah. Oh, casting choices on the Odysseys, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care about stuff
we don't
like
care
that.
about that. Don't get me started on The Natural. I don't care
I
about
never
Star
saw
Trek.
The Natural.
You can't make me watch the Odyssey. Can't make me watch the Odyssey.
I was never a Star Trek fan, which is another probably controversial take. Because I guess I'm not a sci-fi person.
You need to be a sci-fi person.
Yeah, what I like a sci-fi that has a fantasy bend. Like I need that emotional thing. I need that in sci-fi it can be very clinical. Star Trek is very clinical. That's not to say it doesn't have those moments. I've seen the clips, but it doesn't have enough for me. I'm not a technical person, I guess. So once again, it's not me saying my opinion is right. It's just how I feel. Yeah,
there is to oversimplify it, like you have Star Trek The Next Generation. There's a problem, everybody goes into a meeting room and they talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, in Xena, if there's a problem,
everybody fights.
Everybody fights.
I guess that's my problem.
I
don't want conflict. I don't want like nice conflict resolution. I want swords and
there you go.
And ridiculousness, because that show was also ridiculous, and I can appreciate that.
What's more likely to happen? Atamifuji becomes Ozeki, Aonishiki or Kirishima become Yokozuna.
Atamifuji becomes Ozeki.
I think they both happen.
I think Aonishiki becomes Yokozuna, but I'm not sold on Kirishima yet.
One or the other.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, both, I guess.
All right. So, the original Angel in the Outfield was 1951.
No? I never knew that. So, you're giving me some trivia I didn't know, and now I have to seek out.
There are multiple Angels in the Outfield, and they're not all of the same quality, so do try before you buy, I guess, is the answer.
Yeah.
I don't know enough.
There is a lot of like being able to preview stuff on YouTube. So
Kodazakura is hanging on by his fingernails. I'll go for Atamifuji to keep on improving at his pace. Kodazakura just
if they have a reason to give Atamifuji Ozeki, if he does even the bare minimum, he's Ozeki.
I missed the wholesome Robin Williams era movies of the 90s. I think I may just miss the way that they compose music in the movies. Remember how magical the music in Jumanji and Casper were.
Okay, so you have said all the right things. You've literally just said the words I couldn't say. Some of Robin Williams' movies were a mess, technically, and still I could watch them over and over and over again because he brought something to every character that was just so entertaining. And don't get me started on music, period. The music and the movies were composed differently, same for anime. I will make that complaint about anime. A lot of anime music now is just generic. What used to be cool was when they did experimental weird things like Cowboy Bebop music, Trigun music. We've gotten rid of experiment and everything's like cookie cutter. That's not everything, but there's a lot of it. And so, yeah, some of the soundtracks for movies that weren't even cinematic gold, you could still buy the soundtracks and like listen to it over and over again and feel something from the scene because the music was also another character. So good. Where are our composers these days?
Let's see. Or Kirishima. I don't think they're close. Kirishima's 13-2 Basho. I will spiritually forgive him the rope. In spirit of Asahifuji and Wajima. Long Ozeki peaks are okay, I guess. Wasn't there a Key and Peele skit where they clown on a guy for being critical of Christopher Nolan movies?
Well,
he is a cult of personality kind of a guy.
Oh,
sort
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino's the same way.
That's true.
He's one of those auteur directors.
Right, like they have fans. They have fans. Kind of like back in the day, what's his name? He's not as famous anymore.
Stanley Kubrick?
Yes, but no, even further back. Why can't I think of his name?
Hitchcock?
No, because he never had fans. He had people appreciate his work. We're talking fans. James Cameron. He's fallen out of favor a little bit back in the 90s. You couldn't criticize James Cameron. You just couldn't. Christopher Nolan has his fan base.
It's that type of director.
And it's like everything, though. Everybody's got their fans, right?
Yeah. Well, there is a.
My haters are coming for me.
There are people that are like, oh yeah, that's a good director. Oh, it's a good director. It's like, oh, he made this. Oh, we gotta go.
I don't do that.
I say this as I was a huge Tarantino fan. Like I saw something Tarantino, I was on top.
Well,
of it.
Tarantino, very much you knew a Tarantino film. So if you like Tarantino's film, you were gonna get exactly what you wanted. I was not a Tarantino fan, but I liked Kill Bill a lot.
Kill Bill.
But like, the reason I wasn't a fan is the violence. And Kill Bill was very violent, but it was stylish in a way that I couldn't appreciate in the other films. Yeah, Pulp Fiction is incredibly...
Kill Bill, in some ways, is like mainstream Tarantino.
Well, it shot him into the mainstream. Like, when it first came out, there wasn't a huge line of mainstream people, but it was so well put together that it shot him into the mainstream.
Yeah, because it was... Well, Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, like, it's more of the stuff that he does, and then and then afterwards, it's like, here comes the Hateful Eight. It goes back.
He goes back to that.
Goes back to that.
Yeah.
But Kill Bill, phenomenal masterpiece.
It's stylish. What can you say about it?
Let's see, where did we go? Atamifuji and Kirishima can both get promoted next Basho. Aonishiki is the earliest. Is after November Basho. I want Onishiki to make Yokozuna, but part of me doesn't even want to see him deal with the Yokozuna stress. But
it is.
He's dealing with it now.
He is dealing with it now. I mean, he had to come back he just got his Ozeki promotion and had to give it up. He needed to come back and win 10 wins. Like, that kind of pressure will prepare him for Yokozuna.
So that's I feel like losing the Ozeki rank, having to get it back on a busted ankle, like that's stuff that you need to figure out before, and he's figured it out. So I'm optimistic. Kitty is very close to the rope. He might be Yokozuna before the end of the year. Will he step to the challenge? Well, he's got September and he's got November for Kirishima. So he's got
right. If he can hold, like, if he doesn't do it in September, he can still do another hold, and they give him another shot in November. They clearly want to give him the opportunity.
They're letting him string it along. I've not been watching much new Star Trek. I think it's a mixed bag. I heard Picard is good. The thing is that
I heard Picard was good too. I think
they're all behind paywalls now.
Right, you can't even see any of this stuff. Like, you have to have 18,000 streaming services.
I have one streaming service,
and that's all I'm gonna get.
This is the catch. Somebody goes over to me, it's just like, oh yeah, Amazon Prime is this thing that you'd really like. I'm like, I probably would.
But I'm not buying Amazon Prime.
I'm just like, I'm not on Prime right now.
Right.
And like, you need Paramount Plus for all the Star Trek stuff. And I'm just like, I'm not going to burn my one subscription
to watch this one show.
I'm just like,
I just think from what I've seen in modern stuff, maybe there's just too many writers. Like, maybe there's just too many ideas that just all get thrown into one thing, and we're the like crazy eccentric like creators that just don't go to sleep for weeks, and they come up with this concept that works in some respects and doesn't work in other respects. Like, here's a great example. Now, this was actually an Australian show, but the show Wilfred is the most bizarre.
The one with the dog?
Yeah, the guy in the dog suit, and Elijah Wood. It's the most bizarre thing, but the guy in the dog suit's the one who created it.
Interesting.
He's an Australian. He created it in Australia, and then he made an American version and starred in it as well. Bizarre. Weird. What are you doing? I was endlessly entertained. It just feels different when it's like one or two people's creation versus like a committee.
It's a committee.
And I feel like most movies and TV shows are committee and they're LLC now. What do audiences like? Instead of let's take a risk, let's take a chance. Take some more chances.
More chances. More chances. The problem with Atamifuji is that he's shown to fall in the biggest of moments. My prediction is he gets 10 or 11 wins, falls short, and then drops out of. Well, I think him getting 12 wins in September would be awesome, but may not be likely. 10 or 11 puts him in Ozeki pole position for November.
Now, to be fair to this comment, we have seen a precedent of Atamifuji having collapses.
Yes, this comment comes from a place of
what if he goes back? Yeah. Right now, his current consistency is on the upward momentum. If he falls back, yeah. I mean, there's reason to worry about that. But Atamifuji's looking good right now. So we'll see if he just takes care of it right away, and then we don't even have to discuss it.
So the concept of demoting a Yokozuna if they don't win a boss show once a year. They don't like the concept of demoting a Yokozuna.
No.
It is.
I think it makes sense to just make him retire, even though it sucks.
It does suck.
I think it's better to kind of let them ride it out like they've been doing. But once you get... that's kind of a unique thing that's kind of cool about it.
That is the you're doing this or you walk away.
Yeah,
It
that's the
raises
samurai
stakes.
spirit. It really is like either you can do this or you can't. Now, it's a problem when you have young guys like Hoshoryu and Onosato who are hurt, and that's where you solve the whole thing if you just have some injury protocol in place. Maybe you only have injury protocol for Yokozuna, and in some ways that is the case. The fact that they've been letting these guys stay out much longer than they had in the past.
They're just so wishy-washy about it.
Right. They refuse to nail down an actual standard.
But I mean, it's an option. It's an option to consider out there in the ether.
Yeah.
Demote Yokozuna. I don't know if it's going to stick. They really want 11 with Do 10 might be enough for promoting.
Yeah.
Good night, Mitch. Thank you again, everybody, for their patience. We'll get to the comments. We're getting there. Make a Tommy get 12 wins next boss show. If he gets 11, he'll only need 10 in November. I think that's what they'll do. A couple of losses in playoffs is a good experience. I think it will inspire Atamifuji rather than define him. Atamifuji will have a very everybody's gonna be looking at him in September. Everybody's gonna look into him to be the next big guy. Demote Yokozuna, no way they do that. One of my favorite boss show finishes was that playoff between Onosato and Hoshoryu. Host Ninja Yu show, but I think he's still awesome. Hope he shows in September. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, most people don't seem
get demoted.
Yeah.
Kiryu and Anishiki better get that. Kiryu and Anishiki better get that rope quick because Asahi Fuji is coming, and once he's in Makuchi, the chances for Kiryu and Anishiki can get a rope could be over.
That's a fair, like, just a general statement of if you're going for the rope, you get it as soon as possible because there's always somebody coming up.
Yeah, well,
that could mess everything up for you.
That's always what happens too. It's just like
it's kind of what's been going on with Hoshoryu trying to get the Yu show. He finally gets himself there, and then Aonishiki comes up out of nowhere, and it's been the bane. He would have had a Yu show by now if Aonishiki hadn't appeared.
Probably. The amount of wins that he lost, or the amount of wins that...
Like, before Aonishiki was on the scene, Hoshoryu was looking pretty.
Yep.
Aonishiki gets in his head, and it's been bad ever since.
CGI team creates realistic Oscar for Michael Bay.
No.
Atamifuji Henka playoff flashbacks.
No, we don't talk about that. No, we don't talk about that.
If you're a really young Yokozuna, they should give you more time and chances to heal, more time off. That would be nice. I mean, getting into history a bit, how many talents there was. Oh my God, Sumo was like the Wire series. Same game, same paths, but different names over time. There is a cyclical nature.
There is a cyclical nature. All roads lead to Rome.
All right, finally caught up. Thank you everybody for your patience. We got through all the comments.
I guess we're at the point where how do we feel about
All right, yeah, let's
do this Banzuke.
do this
Should I
one.
even make this thing live after this? I'm just waiting for the negative comments that'll happen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm looking at everybody now, getting my vibe check.
Like I said, I feel like it's been forever since I did this, since I didn't do the recap show.
Yeah, it just feels like it's been a while in general.
Summer has been
busy
simultaneously long and short at the same time.
Longer summer than normal. Normally the summer just goes right by. Make it live for the content.
Yeah, no, I have to because I think we've been kicked out of the algorithm again. We do good for a little while because we'll have like the recaps, some lives, some shorts, and then there's nothing to do for a while because we're busy. So we don't make sumo content in between and then we get kicked out again. So we are officially kicked out once again. Speaking of cyclical, I can almost guarantee that 42 opinions will be in and out of the algorithm every time.
Suspects it'll be a lot happier if they can hold off Atamifuji. I think 9-win Basho on a run. Make them nervous.
Well, they made Takakeisho hold off.
Yeah.
So we have seen it done before.
I think we're looking good. I'm going to leave this up on the screen for a little bit.
If anybody has some final statements on the Banzuke, feel free.
I think there's a few things that people may have like creative differences, but I don't think a lot of the things that I have in there are like stupid wrong. Thanks to everybody's feedback.
I had to make sure my notifications were set to all. Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I feel like once you're kicked out of the algorithm, the notifications don't even work the same way. It's just the nature of our channel. There's not much we can do about it. It's like we either do it this way or we don't have a channel at all. So. Sadano Umi. Oh, man.
A random bro randomly breaks his knee. That could be a story for Sahi Fuji. It was 100 times before. Just try to take it basho by basho and enjoy.
Sadano Umi, where was he at as far as... I know he was near the top, but I think he got a losing score.
5 and 10.
Yikes. He was almost there, and now he's back down. Wouldn't it be crazy if out of all Ozeki Kapotozakura wins back-to-back and gets promoted? The funny thing is that possibility always exists. I don't think it would happen, but if he suddenly was like good for 2 tournaments, he could win back-to-back and become Yokozuna.
He could.
But that was always, the desire with Takakeisho, and he tried it. I think he had 3 opportunities. Huh. That makes it interesting. So Koto Sakura has been much more stable with staying out of Kadoban and things like that. But he's only had 1 Yokozuna run. At least Takakeisho had 3 Yokozuna runs.
Yeah.
He did his best.
He kept getting cups and then just couldn't get the one afterwards.
Yeah.
We'll see about Atamifuji. We'll see about a lot of these. A lot of these guys are making... So Kirishima's technically on a rope run, air quotes. Oniski is now back in Ozeki. So he has
to start from right now.
He has to restart. I mean, he won the Yusho to get to Ozeki, but it doesn't matter anymore.
Right. That won't count towards anything.
Atamifuji's technically on an Ozeki run. Everybody else in Sanyaku are fresh-faced. So they're not on anything.
Brand new Sanyakus.
And then those are the runs going on. So we have 2 runs.
It's fun when we have runs.
Yep. We have 4 people up, 4 people down. That was a pretty clean cut. Unfortunately, Dewanoryu is just barely not able to get in.
Close but no cigar.
He'll be like Jirio 1. Just like under starters orders. So Arashi Fuji will be making a good spot up. And then Asahi Fuji is everybody's darling. He'll probably be in Juryo next tournament. Because he won the Yusho from
Yeah, I
11.
assume they will put him in Juryo.
So very, very likely there. And
Takakeisho should have got promoted if they promote Kitty with 24 wins and a 12-12. Takakeisho will be pissed sitting back, thinking how he got passed over. I think Takakeisho has that samurai spirit, so he would be like, nope, I wasn't good enough. He's still got that old school mentality.
Takakeisho also did not have back-to-backs.
Yeah, he had a junk. He
did once, but that was also when Hako was still around.
Yes, now keep in mind they did this to him at Ozeki as well. They never believed in Takakeisho, and that actually shows you they had different standards back then.
Yeah.
I mean, they were not willing to give him a chance ever. Like, he had to crawl and scrape, and he's lucky he made it to Ozeki, quite frankly, because they could have not promoted him that second time if they wanted. He made the requirement, but they were like, you not only do you have to win, but you have to beat this guy, and like, you have to beat at least one Yokozuna. He just beat one. And then he beat Tochinoshin on the last day. If he had lost to Tochinoshin, he wouldn't have gotten it. So,
yep. Prediction 3: Atamifuji wins September Basho. Worth the worth the punt. It's never happened, right? Yokozuna off 24 wins and 2 Basho. 25 is the minimum. I think it's
it's just the 2 Yusho.
Might be wrong. The only proper Yokozuna run dumped by the Deliberation Council was Konishiki. Am I right? They promoted some guy in the 80s based on random BS, but the rules are the rules still.
I think you might be right. Like, Konishiki, I don't remember the details, but did he actually win back-to-back and they still didn't give it to him? That did happen to somebody. Like, gradually, if you have all these people who could possibly Yokozuna, you can do that and get away with it. But if it's like, well, if we don't promote this guy, it might be a while. And that's basically what everyone...
It's always the case.
Yep. Well, if you guys have no issues with the Banzuke, then we're probably going to sign off because it's late.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's okay with the... Bee just went right for my face.
Is that a bee? Oh,
No,
it's a
not
moth.
It's a moth.
2 Yushos, yes, but 13-2 Jung Yusho and 12-3 is how Hosh got promoted, and that is basically the minimum. I saw some weird stuff back in the 20th century, but yeah, 25-2 is historically right. Konishiki never went back to back. Bob says good night, Maria and John.
Yeah, everybody get your closing thoughts and closing
statements
opinions.
in. Banzuke looks great. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming in.
Yeah, appreciate it. We'll see you in a couple weeks for the preview show. And then we get to start an exciting September.
A lot of stakes in September as we were referencing.
Thanks, 42. Love you guys. Kill Bill rocks. Thank you, W. J-Wags did a deep dive on what exactly the standard is and has been. Much worth looking up. Should check that out. When is the next stream? The next stream won't be until 2 weeks. The second week of the September tournament, but we will have just a regular preview video in 2 weeks. Bob's going to miss the preview show. Just comment for us later. Do we get a video after the new Banzuke comes out? Yes, that will be the preview show. About a week after the preview show comes out, you will get, or a week after the Banzuke comes out, you will get our preview show. It will not be live. It will not be a live recording, but I do a live chat. Konishiki had Yusho, Jung Yusho, and Yusho in 1992. All back to back. Well,
interesting. And they gave him
they probably had some talent back then. Yeah, it shows you how the standards have changed. All right. Thank you all. We'll see you around September 7th for the preview show.
Thanks for tuning in.
Good night.